flag stand. Of course, the Easy-Kleen van and a bunch of people and employees from Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems, our title sponsor for a third consecutive year. Again, thanks very much to them for supporting us and supporting Maritime Stock Car Racing. Of course, Bruce the Moose is down there. You can not only get autographs, candy, and chips and whatnot, but you can go down. Yep. I saw the one guy just hold up the chips right there, yes. But Bruce the Moose is also down there. You can go down and take some pictures with the official mascot of the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. So as I said, it's round number 2 on the year for us. We began our season 2 weekends ago just down the highway at Petty International Raceway in Riverglade, New Brunswick for the LV Auto Parts and Repair 150. A great first round. We only had one caution on the day. It was a lot of green flag racing, and it saw none other than at Miramichi's Ashton Tucker pick up the win and continue to be the winningest driver in Super Late Model Series history. But no, we do not have an Ashton Tucker in the field today, so the simplest way to put it is game on. Literally any of the 18 drivers that we have here today could possibly go to Riverview Ford Lincoln Victory Lane. Again, 18 of Atlantic Canada's best. The Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series will be up first in the racing action that begins at 2 o'clock p.m. to set the starting lineup for the 150-lap feature presented by Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems. On the call, by the way, Regan McCauley, the voice of the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. Dave Lawrence just arrived here as well, the voice of Speedway 660. I'm sure he's roaming around somewhere doing something. Might have gone to go get his meal at the Fix, yes. So, of course, Speedway 660 merch, the Fix, canteen, all that sort of stuff down at the far end of the grandstands towards outside of turn 4, towards the pit area. And a reminder, too, no smoking in the main grandstands, please. In the grandstands, no smoking. I'd say we're probably, now it's 1:41 on my phone, so probably about 5 minutes away from giving the warning to head back to the grandstands. Autograph session to be completed in just a little bit. You know, it's perfect knowing that we currently have the time of day up on the scoreboard there down the back stretch, because that'll allow me to go down and be able to look at it while I quickly head down, and maybe we'll have a little bit of fun here. Might as well come down here and see if we can have a little bit of fun. Maybe talk to a couple drivers. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll put a cameraman on the spot first. Hey, oh, yeah. Hello. How you doing today, Matt?
I'm doing great. How are you, Regan?
I'm doing pretty solid here. Great fields here across all 4 divisions, and of course, round number 2 for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. You're in the position that I used to be in, a couple of years back. The camera guy up there at the top of the tower. I know weather conditions are not exactly going to favor you, and not to twist the knife a little bit more, knowing how the day's gone. But what's it like being up there and having fun?
It's fantastic having fun up there. It's going to be windy and cold, I think. No rain in the forecast so far, I think. So I should be fine.
What do you think of this field here for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series? We got 18 of Atlantic Canada's best ready to do battle for the first time this year in the Geary Woods. Literally anybody could win. We saw how tight it was towards the top of the practice charts.
Yeah, close hit battles, going to be all the way through. Even like I don't want to say last week, but 2 weeks ago at Petty, there was definitely like 5 other cars that could have had a good chance of winning. So yeah, I think we're going to have some really close, tight-knit racing.
Is this part of the vlog, Chris? It can be. All right. I've always wanted to be in a Chris Hughes vlog. Yes.
All right. What
yes.
did I interrupt here? Because you guys look pretty official.
Yeah, we're just having a little bit of fun here.
Official, but
You're having fun too, right?
We're having fun today. Yeah, so far we're having fun today. The car's been good, and we're having fun again.
I must say, you were very confident whenever we were talking earlier. You're hoping for maybe a top 5 finish at this place. It's been a couple of years since you've raced here. You've had some good results way back in the past. I mean, you've been racing since like
stop with the way back?
the way back. Yeah, sorry for the reminder of way
I
back.
think I am anyway.
But anyways, yeah, you've had good results here. Again, where are you still at? How are practices?
Very good. The first practice, I think we ended up P7, and the last one we were top 5 in speed. So that's, you know, when you look at who's around us and the size of the teams that we're competing against, that's a pretty big day for us to have that kind of speed in the car. So.
Absolutely, have fun.
Thank you, bud.
That's Chris Hughes' car, number 32 at a Stratford Prince Edward. Okay, whatever that camera thing was there, Matt. Do you want to put the pressure on anyone? Winner prediction?
oh boy, that's some pressure right there. Well, in no particular order, I think 3 guys I think we should watch out today. Messer in the 1 car, Dan Woolward in the 0-1 car, and Gosby, who was fast in the first practice, and 16 car.
Sounds good. Have fun.
Thanks, you too, buddy.
That's Matt Maher, cameraman for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. Who else we got here? I'm sure this guy looks very warm, I think. Nope, where is he? Where is he? There he is. How you doing, Braden?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How's the car?
I think we're okay. We struggled a bit on practice tires today, and then we put race tires on. I thought we were pretty decent, so we're just going to have to play it out for 150 laps here tonight and see how it goes.
And remind me, is this your second time here now in this car? Remind me.
This is my second time. We ran the 250 up here last year, and then today, so 2 times for us.
Of course, engine issues took you out of the LVL Parts and Repair 152 weekends ago. So how are you looking to bounce back from that here today and just your second super late model start here in the Geary Woods?
Obviously a win. I mean, that's what we're here for. But realistically, if we can run all 150 laps up front and contend and come out of today with no damage in the top 5, I think we'd be pretty happy and have something to build on.
Sounds good. Have fun.
Thank you.
That's the 26 of Braden Langell for Coldstream Clear Distillery. Oh, Greg Fay. How you doing?
I'm good.
How's practice?
Car feels good, stable. Probably better than I've had here in the past, so I'm excited.
You've had so many close calls here, especially with us. You're a former Pro Stock 250 podium finisher. You've led many laps in Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series competition, but still, the win, the podium, still not there yet. How is this going to be the day, and how is it going to be?
Oh, I think today is the day. I mean, every race I hope I get the top 3, but now we're at our home track, and the car feels good. I think today's the day.
And how many have you been able to get a good number of autographs and hero cards out to the fans?
Yeah, there's been a lot of kids around for as cold as it is, so it's nice to see them.
You had your practice back at Radical Speed Sport, right?
Yes, definitely.
Indeed, have fun.
Thank you.
That's a 20 of Greg Fay for AEH Motorsports, AE Horn and Son Custom Brokers. Still making her way through here. Oh, wow. Yes. Dylan, what a rocket ship you've got here today. How about this car?
I don't know if it just likes the cold weather or what, but yeah, it's not too bad.
Talk about the practices.
I'm not much of a talker, but the practice was good. We had different sets of tires on, race tires. Probably not as good, but I think we'll be there at the end.
One of the most impressive hard charger runs that I have ever seen 2 weekends ago at Petty Raceway. Take us back to that run, what that was like.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we had a rough day trying to keep the car running. We rectified that a little bit. It still wasn't running 100%, but as far as the way the car drove, it was, I think, anybody could have got in it and did what I did. It was pretty fun.
You're flying like one of those planes, right? Like, remember that picture, Nav Canada? You're kind of like still on that mission, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, Nav Canada's been a great sponsor of ours, and it's great to have them on board.
And now with these weather conditions and how this racetrack has been throughout the day, there will be changing conditions as more rubber is put down over the day. What's it going to take to be able to stay up front and hang on?
We're just going to put her high, wide, and handsome and hope it stays there, man.
Sounds good. Have fun.
Thank you.
That's the Nav Canada, number 16 of Dylan Gosby. Chris Duncan, Ryan Messer in here. Hudson Weston's here, Marcel LeBlanc. Can a moose talk? No? Something like that. All right. Stepping on chips over here. What else we got? Do I put Tim Terry on the spot? Do I put you on the spot? Sure. How are you?
Not bad. How are you?
Good, good. You're back here for the first time in a while.
Speed weekend last year. I had a couple of races here last year and worked with Dave. Dave's great. Looking forward to listening to you and him go at it today and put on a show. These super late models are going to put on one heck of a race.
Absolutely, and it's good every now and then to get that break from being on the mic and just being a race fan and watching these races, right?
Well, I got to hang out with Jesse Thompson last week at Scotia when he co-hosted with me, so I get to hang out in the infield with him tonight and walk around, talk to race fans, talk to drivers, having a conversation with Kent here and catching up on old times. But, yeah, looking forward to today.
And so will we. Have fun.
Thank you.
That's Tim Terry for Tim's Corner Motorsports. Yes, there's Jesse Thompson again. Shout out to him. King Competition social media. Tan's good now. Can you answer my question now? Are you fast?
I don't know. There's a lot of fast cars here, so it's hard to define what is fast. But the car's going around the racetrack. It's turning left, so we'll see what we got.
And you've said too before that even though you just debuted here at the Super Late Model last year, already your favorite racetrack. What is it about this place?
I just really like how it rewards patience. Managing your pace. You can stand out here, for the fan, and you can feel the surface. And if you go to any other racetrack, it's not as abrasive. So it really causes you to kind of conserve your gear, and it turns it more into a chess match rather than just an all-out battle. So I just really like how it manages the race, and usually it makes it so that there's a couple guys at the front and they can go battle for it at the end.
And a lot of confidence and momentum, especially coming out of that great runner-up finish in the LVL Parts and Repair 150 at Petty Raceway 2 weekends ago. How do you carry this momentum now into here where you've had a couple close calls?
Yeah, we just we keep the hammer down. We did a lot of work to get better at Petty, and that was our biggest racetrack last year, so we kind of figured it out. But as soon as Petty was over, it was back to work on this. Basically the night that we got home. So we've done our prep, and the car seems okay. So we'll see what we got.
And you got a tough field here. What's it going to take to overcome a bunch of these drivers? You're used to these now compared with last year and back 2 weekends ago, but still, though, what's it going to take?
Just managing your day, right? Just when you come into the weekend, you kind of have the car that you have with how it's done in the shop, and then you got to kind of manage how you process the weekend. So the guys have been working hard at it. We were one of the first ones here yesterday and one of the last ones to leave for practice. So ton of work put into it, and we're going to go out, just try to manage our race and put ourselves in position at, lap 100, 125 and see what we have.
Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you.
That's the 01 and 10 Woolridge, your reigning series champion. Bailey, do you? No. Okay, that was a stern no. So we're about 8 minutes away from our scheduled start time to get green flag racing here at Speedway 660. So again, race fans, we do please ask that you make your way back to the main grandstand so that all these cars can make their way back to the pits so we can get green flag racing. And why, oh why, did the skies choose to start opening up now? Really? This is fun.
I blame Claire.
Yes, it's your fault the rain's coming down. Well, race fans, that's certainly one way to start off the show, even though that's not how we were supposed to start off. Yeah, just a little bit of context, race fans. Number 15, Ed Bolby, he'll be racing with us on the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series today for the Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150. Just getting a couple laps in because earlier he was running into some issues. That's certainly one form of entertainment, sure. So the 15 just made his way back to the pits, and he'll join the other Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series drivers as they get set to line up for their 10-lap heat races to decide the starting lineup for the 150-lap feature later today. Again, even though we just had a bit of a precipitation cell just come through there, it was light, we're still going as planned. Might be a couple minutes off. So with all that being said, of course, I'm not the voice of Speedway 660, so I don't want to steal your job, Dave. If you want to do your little fun intro thing, you go on right ahead. Good to see you again after a little while.
Thank you, Regan. All right, race fans, Speedway 660, Gary Woods, you ready to have a great day today? Oh, let me hear you. Let's get some sunshine in those stands right here to poke through the clouds. Are you ready to race today? We've got the Super Late Model Series Tour, Sportsman, Sherford, Auto Parts, Street Stocks, and Gallons Towing and Junk Removal 4 Cylinders here for our annual Kids Day. We want to welcome the SLMS team here today. You heard Regan and the crew here. And also a big thanks to Tim Terry for making the drive from Nova Scotia to be here today. My main man, Tim. I'm going to beg Tim to come up here and call some races with me this afternoon. Tanya Everett has also joined us today to help take photos. Our last race at Speedway 660 last weekend was the opening race for all divisions, and it was a huge success. Lots of fun to be had here. We had guest hosts and past track announcer of 30 years, Wade Wilson and Jack Carr. Today we've got the big intermission for the Candy Scramble for the kids. We'll be giving you more directions on that. And, of course, we're here next weekend for the Ricky Bobby qualifier. So we'll get everybody lined up and get the opening parade laps going here for you, followed by the national anthem before the SLMS heats kick off. We'll bring Regan back onto the microphone here.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dave.
So not here. Not up here. It's down here. Okay, cool. Okay. Are you good? Yeah. I knew it. I felt it.
So yeah, again, reminder, national anthems are going to be right before the Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150. Again, the very, very last race on the day. We're going to get into straight into racing here as soon as these opening parade laps are done. Of course, the Riverview Ford Speedway 660 pace truck. The Hook, a.k.a. the A&A Towing tow truck. Okay, the cleanup crew in the buggy there, the second vehicle in this 5-vehicle parade. Of course, our beloved flagman Tim Elliott's going to make his way up to the flag stand. So cars and trucks continue to do their parade lap. Tim is up in the flag stand, looking towards down in the infield. We got a couple social media photographer people. Shout out Tanya Everett. Good to have her here with us at Speedway 660, as Dave was saying. And then King Competition's Jesse Thompson, Tim's Corner Motorsports' Tim Terry having a blast down there by Riverview 4 Lincoln Victory Lane. Give us a wave. Tim, Jesse. Yeah, close enough. Oh, yeah, they're waves. Sure. There we go. So still waiting on heat number 1 cars for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series to make their way out onto the racetrack. So again, we will start off with Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series heats, and then we will go to the Gallons Auto Salvage Sharpshooters, SureFit Auto Street Stocks, and the Late Model Sportsmans before the classic on-track candy scramble for the kids. And hopefully with this precipitation, hopefully enough, hopefully all the cars that come out to the racetrack for the heat races put in enough rubber where maybe the track's not as slippery. We don't want any kids getting hurt, obviously. And you could say the same thing about cars too. We don't want to have what happened to Kevin Moore in last year's Easy-Kleen 150. Again, however you want to call it, rocket launch, missile of some sort right off the embankment there, down the back stretch and into turn 3 into the pit area there. But of course, we have the barrels there now to prevent another accident like that from happening. But yes, that was the 88 of Kevin Moore, who is in today's Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150 field today, and he is coming off a runner-up finish with the Line X Pro Stock division in their season opener here at Speedway 660 last weekend. And as the day goes on, of course, don't forget to go get your fix at the Fix. Get your hot meals and your cold beverages, Speedway 660 merch, and again, a reminder that no smoking is permitted in the grandstands. And one thing to shout out as well for all of you here today, of course, you're going to see live here the Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150 round number 2 on the year for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. But if you do want to have a chance to rewatch the race, you can subscribe to racingamerica.tv online and be able to watch the race back on a live replay on Wednesday night, the Wednesday following each event. Again, thanks to Racing America for partnering up with us for tape-delayed broadcasts, live broadcasts. And we also put out a race replay of the LV Auto Parts and Repair 150 at Petty International Raceway last weekend on our YouTube channel recently, so there's another way to go back and watch some of our events. But here come the super late models. It's time to go heat racing here and set the starting lineup for the later 150-lap feature presented by Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems. Again, we utilize the passing points system when it comes to deciding feature starting lineups. Not only do these heat races award championship points, with the winner of each heat race claiming 10 points, and then it goes 9, 8, and 7, and so on and so forth. Basically, finishing will get you championship points wherever you finish, but it's passing that decides where you may start in the starting lineup. So let's say if you start in third place and you make your way up to first, that's a +2. Or if you start third, you finish back in sixth, that's a -3. So whoever has the highest passing point score after all heat races, after all the points are tallied, will start on the EIT Race Radio's poll for the main feature. So we got 5 super late models here. I got a 6th coming here. It'll be 6 super late models here for heat number 1. Starting in position number 1, it's the Halpin Excavating, AJ Millett and Sons. Car number 03 from the port city of St. John, it's Steve Halpin. Car number 81, he picked up a local feature win here last weekend for Hope City and New Denmark Auto. From New Denmark, the 81 is Ian Rasmussen. He was a back-to-back practice leader earlier today in the Nav Canada Pick-A Care Clam Diggers Restaurant. KLR Motorsports number 16 machine from Cornwall, Prince Edward Island. The driver is Dylan Gosby. The East Coast Auto Salvage number 30 is Marcel LeBlanc at a Bouctouche. Our lone Nova Scotian in the field comes to us from Shubenacadie for Coldstream Clear Distillery. That is Braden Langell. And car number 1, you would have called him last year and way back Big Orange, but you can no longer call him that because he, for the first time in the Gary Woods this year, is donning the new yellow Service Master Clean Moncton look along with CSN Collision Center Dana's, McLaughlin Overhead Doors, and other sponsors on car number 1 from Harvey, New Brunswick. It's Ryan Messer. So 6 cars again for heat number 1. Getting some rubber in the racetrack, getting those tires hot and ready to go racing here again. Each heat race 10 laps in length.
Thumbs up from all the drivers. We're gonna cross them over.
So it sounds like in just a moment or so we will have all the cars double up and we will go green flag racing for the first time here today. So Steve Halpin coming off a top 5 finish 2 weekends ago at Petty Raceway. Again, that was your Pro Stock 250 runner-up last year here at Speedway 660 during Speed Weekend. Ian Rasmussen might try to go to Riverview Ford, Lincoln, Victory Lane on back-to-back weekends. As there's the 1 to green signal from Tim Elliott, so the Speedway 660, Riverview Ford, Lincoln Pace Truck is going to head to the infield to begin the racing on the day. Heat race number 1 to decide the starting lineup for the later Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150 for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. Off of 4, green flag in the air. And already Halpin's going to clear his way ahead of Ian Rasmussen down the back straightaway. It's side by side. Behind the top 2 is Rasmussen. Has put himself in front of Dylan Gosby for a second. Gosby will get ahead of Marcel LeBlanc, as now it's LeBlanc. And Langell door to door down the back. In behind them, Ryan Messer, as they'll be coming to 2 laps completed. LeBlanc still hanging on that right rear quarter panel of the 26 now. Langell, will get ahead down the back stretch. Everybody single file coming out of turn 4 with 3 laps completed. The Halpin Excavating number 03, also for GD Fabrication Race Cars and CRF Chassis, will continue to pull away from Rasmussen and the rest. Messer now to the outside of Marcel LeBlanc as the top 4 pulling away from them. Cross flags in the air from Tim Elliott. That means halfway through this 10-lap heat race. Oh, Gosby had a bit of a wiggle there coming out of turn 4. That's going to allow Braden Langell to have a look down to the inside. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. Gosby with just a little bit of an edge as they come back to the line. Langell's going to get third at the stripe. Langell starting in 5th. He's already made his way up a couple positions here as he's now closing in on the back end of Ian Rasmussen. Steve Halpin continuing to run away as they will come back to the line here. White flag in the air. Oh, bit of contact between Langell and Rasmussen for second. Langell really putting in a hard charger effort here as he wants to go back-to-back, or actually I think it'd be 3 in a row for EIT Race Radio's polls going back to last year. Coming back to the line, checkered flag. Steve Halpin will pick up the heat race win as Langell at the line will barely, by about a bumper, will beat Ian Rasmussen at the line for the runner-up position. Again, GD Fabrication Race Cars, CRF, Chassis, Halpin Excavating, J. Cole Trucking Incorporated, AJ Millett & Sons, some of the sponsors on car number 03 out of the Port City of St. John. Give it up for Steve Halpin. And now since Halpin started on the pole for this one and ended up picking up the win, that's actually going to be an extra bonus point for him in the passing point system. So good on him, but Braden Langell from 5th to 2nd. So that's going to be a good score for him. Again, he was our EIT Race Radio's pole sitter 2 weekends ago at Petty Raceway, and he also got the job done at last year's finale. And for Langell, it's only his second ever time in a super late model here at Speedway 660. He does have experience in a couple victories with the Maritime League of Legends Tour here in past years. As now the heat race number 2 cars come out onto the racetrack, another 6 cars for this one. It's quite the balance between veteran and young names in this one. Starting off with car number 8 from Crapo, Prince Edward Island. He's a former IWK 250 champion. It's Prince Edward Island's Ironman, Kent Vincent. The 54 is your reigning Speedway 660 Lion X Pro Stock champion for AJW Mechanical, Kelson Industrial Group, and others for St. John's, Clark Moore. The Shark, you can call him. The 01 is your defending series champion, the youngest super late model champion in the history of Atlantic Canada for Chris Fournier Remax, King Competition, Livingston Steel Incorporated, and others. It's Summerside's Tanton Woolridge. Runner-up finisher with us in the LV Auto Parts and Repair 150 2 weekends ago. The 97 for Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems, our title sponsor. Along with Auto Body Plus, it is Hampton's Chris Duncan. The 10 is your defending Easy-Kleen 150 winner from last year here at Speedway 664, the Power Store. And the Snell Group Realty from Baxter's Corner, it's Devin Snell. And the 88, I mean, we've gone on and on about this, especially on social media. He ruled the social media headlines after last year's Easy-Kleen 150 for his wild crash off the embankment down the back straightaway. Dukes of Hazzard style in the Dunham's Contracting Ritchie's Carpet Warehouse number 88 from Richard Buckdow Road. It's Big Kevin Moore. So Vincent and Clark Moore will make up the front row. Again, 10 laps, heat race number 2 to decide the starting lineup for the Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150 green flag. Vincent gets ahead of Woolridge and Moore side by side. Woolridge has already made his way up to the second position. That'll right now be a +1 for him in the passing points. Top 3 single file, Vincent, Woolridge, and Clark Moore as Devin Snell He tried to bowl ahead of Chris Duncan. There was a bit of a touch there between quarter panel and bumper, but the 10 will get ahead of the 97. Oh, Kevin Moore with a bit of a sniff to the rear bumper of the 97. For position number 5, as Woolridge is already caught up. Ted Ken Vincent here down the back straightaway. Low Cubby coming around to 4 laps completed. You got the driver in the red number 8. Ken Vincent's been going at this for a couple decades now, nearing 60 years of age. And you got Tan Woolridge, I believe 20 years of age. So a big age gap right there. You got young and old. Quite the dynamic here, battling for this heat race victory. Again, 10 championship points on the line for a heat race win. And then Woolridge trying to make up as many passing points as he can to try and start up front for the Easy-Kleen 150. As Vincent continues to hang on, Vincent being a heat race winner back at Petty 2 weekends ago. And so was Woolridge, as Woolridge keeps giving him a couple looks there along that left rear quarter panel, but has not been able to make that happen. And because of that, that's going to allow Devin Snell to capitalize on the outside, just like he was able to against Greg Fay and others in last year's Easy-Kleen 150. White flag in the air. It's 3 cars deep for a heat race victory here as Snell's trying to make up as many passing points as he can, too. Coming back to the line, Woolridge will give the look almost 3 wide at the line. Vincent is going to hang on. Snell tried to give the look on the high side. Not going to make it work. But wow, what a race. What a finish. A great show out of those drivers right there. So Steve Halpin started the day with a heat race win, and now from New Brunswick to Prince Edward Island, it's Prince Edward Island's Ironman again from Crapo, Prince Edward Island. Give it up, folks, for the 8 of Kent Vincent. Now onto the racetrack. Heat race number 3. Cars. So again, 6 cars for this one. Final heat race to decide the starting lineup for the later Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150. Starting on the pole for this one. Talking to him earlier today, a lot of confidence he has in his race car and his crew in the East Coast International. Tops the floors in Morrison's Transport. Number 32 from Stratford, Prince Edward Island, it's veteran Chris Hughes. Car number 20, he is a 7-time track champion, 4-time Pro Stock champion, former Pro Stock 250 podium finisher. In car number 20 for Ahee Horn & Sons. Custom Brokers, Carmichael, Atlantic Groundworks, Top Shelf Cabinets, and others. From Oak Bay, it's Greg Fay. The 43 Bayview Trucks and Equipment machine. St. Martin's is Hudson Weston. The Hatfield Auto Body and Glass number 11 is Cal Hatfield at Aquispamsis. Making his first start on the year with us. He missed Petty, but good to have him back here at a track he's synonymous with for a couple decades now. Number 23 at a Barnesville, New Brunswick for CB Warren's Auto Care, new sponsor on that P1 chassis machine at a Barnesville, Lonnie Somerville, who was last year's Recar 200 winner. And the number 15 for A&A Towing and Devon's Auto Repair from Cars, also making his first start with us this year, it's Ed Bowlby. There's the 1 to green signal from Tim Elliott. So Hughes, Fay, Weston, Hatfield, Somerville, and Bowlby. 6 cars, 10 laps to round-out heat racing action for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series here today at Speedway 660. Pace truck rolls off into the infield again. Chris Hughes, Greg Fay, a pair of maritime racing veterans on the front row to the green flag. A bit of a wonky start on that one. The cars were very late to getting to the green flag there late in the starting zone, and that actually allowed Greg Fay to jump up to the front from the outside on the front row, and he is going to quickly begin running away from Hughes and the rest of the pack. Weston still hanging on in third as Somerville has made his way up a position. Somerville to the bottom of Hudson. Weston through 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway along that left rear quarter panel, coming to 4 laps completed. It remains Greg Fay and Chris Hughes 1 and 2. Somerville and Weston still duking it out. Weston has that better run off the middle of the high lane through the corners. Somerville is trying to make that inside line work. And it's through 3 and 4 on the inside in particular, where when these super late models come around, there's a bunch of bumps there right along that curve between the edge of the racetrack and where it meets in the grass and the dirt and such. And sometimes that can really mess around with a car, especially the rear end. It can quickly send a car around. But some of these drivers certainly can make it work. And I've been watching these race cars during practices earlier today. A lot of these guys were able to make it work pretty well. As Somerville's giving it all his might to try and steal that third and final podium position away from Hudson Weston. But Fay and Hughes are long gone from them as car number 20 is going to get the white flag. You saw Somerville there going through the bumpy area there down low through 3 and 4. He was sideways. But coming around, not enough time for Hughes to get back at Fay. Checkered flag. Greg Fay will pick up the Heat Race number 3 win over Chris Hughes. Hudson Weston will hang on over Lonnie Somerville for third. And car number 20 will come around and go into Riverview for Lincoln Victory Lane for AEH Motorsports. Ahee Horn & Sons Custom Brokers, Carmichael, Top Shelf Cabinets, Atlantic Groundworks, the Herring Pub, and many other sponsors for car number 20 at Oak Bay. Folks, give it up for Greg Fay. And so that'll do it for heat race action here for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series to decide the starting lineup for the Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150. Again, at some point later, I'm sure we will have an update on who will officially claim the EIT Race Radio's pole. And then we'll have the entire starting lineup be revealed during driver introductions when we get set for the 150-lap feature to end off today's race card, presented again by Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems. Now it's time for some local racing action with the Gallons Auto Salvage Sharpshooters. Starting off here, 4-cylinder action. Dave, it's your turn in the spotlight.
Thank you, Regan. All right, yes, SLMS coming up here for the feature later on today. That's the big showstopper, Easy-Kleen SLMS 150-lap feature on the way. But we've got some more local heats to kick things off. Coming up now, heat number 1 for the Gallons Auto Salvage Sharpshooter heats. And who we have out there today, Brian Millette from Fredericton, Braden Carr from Fredericton, Terry Lawson in the 14 and from Minto, Darren Wilcox in the 32, Brandon Landry from Cambridge Narrows in the 22, Pearson Lavelle is in for out of Royal is in the number 10, and Dustin Hamilton in the 72 car out of Woodstock. 10 laps here for these heats. Two heats coming up here in the Gallons Auto Salvage Sharpshooter Heats. Riverview Ford Pace Truck is guiding them through and looks like it's all ready to go. Here it comes around. 10 laps of this first heat here. Speedway 660. Let's hear you. Are you ready to race? Let's go! Brian Millett holding up out front so far, but Braden Carr is right there next to him, and Darren Wilcox going inside. If this is your first race here at Speedway 660, do not worry. That is not a real child in the passenger seat of Brian Millett's car. That is a dummy child. I've high-fived it plenty of times. It is completely fake. Darren Wilcox taking the lead now early on that first lap, and he is increasing that lead pretty steadily here as the 72 of Dustin Hamilton is rounding out these 7 cars here on heat number 1. 10 laps, like I said, and 2 heats for this Gallons Auto Salvage Sharpshooter heat. Darren Wilcox kind of picking up where he left off last season, doing very well out there. With Brian Millett in second place and Braden Carr in third. Wilcox continuing to increase that lead. Our top 3 remaining the same. With the 14 of Terry Lawson in 4th place right now, but in pursuit is the 22 of Brandon Landry. Halfway through heat number 1 with Darren Wilcox as your leader. And Tim Elliott adequately dressed here today. He's ready for everything. As the sun comes out a little bit here, hopefully the rain not going to be a factor for the rest of the day, hopefully. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. 72 car is Dustin Hamilton. They're continuing at the back, and Pearson, the rookie, at Lower Muckto in the 10 car. Coming up as well. 7 laps down, 3 to go. With Darren Wilcox, once again, looking good, just like he did last year. Tim Elliott playing the drums. You should see him do the air drums from in the air tonight. He is good, I tell you what.
You know, for someone that says popsicle sticks in the air all the time without, and that's a new one that I've heard, I might have to steal that for myself.
Absolutely. Please
I might
do.
have to down the road.
Please do. I want to time it one time that we play the drum solo for In the Air tonight while Tim does that. Just one time. 9 laps down, 1 to go, and Darren Wilcox putting on a show here. Boy, he is looking good already in that 32 car, and he is going to take that checkered flag for heat number 1 in this Gallons Auto Salvage Sharpshooter heat. That's our first group with 1 more group set to go before we move on to the SureFit Auto Street Stock heats, and then the Sportsman heats right after that. And then, yes, the Candy Scramble will be coming up at the intermission. We'll give you some directives about that just before we do it. We've got great personnel in place to make sure the kids are all safe out there today, so make sure you are ready. But there we go, number 32, Darren Wilcox. Let's hear it for him. Taking that heat handedly. D-Dub, as I like to call him. Well, no, I've never called him that before, but D-Dub, I think, is a pretty good nickname. We'll check with Darren. We'll check with Mallory. We'll see. Actually, Mallory probably calls the shots on that one.
Yeah, that for Darren Wilcox, that's his first sharpshooter start on the year. He's been diving a little bit into Atlantic Modified Tour competition this year, so trying to have a little bit of fun there and try and do something a little bit different again. 2-time champion, defending champion of this division here at Speedway 660, so a strong start on the day for
Next
him.
heat's coming up here. We've got Stephen Rose out there up front with Kyle Rogers out of Fredericton, Evan Callan in the 9 car, Jesse Somerville in the 56, Jeffrey O'Donnell in the 151. Let's do a quick check and see if Mama O'Donnell is here with us today. She screams louder than any human being on earth. Mama O'Donnell, are you out there? She might not be with us yet. Might not be with us. I would have heard her. The double O is Curtis Trombley out of Minto, and then Avery Underwood in the 8 car from Fredericton Junction. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, Mama O'Donnell in the house. I heard her. There she is. Can confirm. Mama O'Donnell in the house as we are ready for heat number 2. Another 10 laps to go. As we come around, Speedway 660, let's hear you. Can you be louder than those engines? Quickly out front, taking the lead, Stephen Rose. He's playing a little defense out there to the 9 car of Evan Gallen, also looking very good. He was actually out front by a nose there, and now he is out front with Jeffrey O'Donnell in 3rd place. 1 lap down. One lap in. Thank you, Stephen Muzzerall. Always correcting my mistakes. Muzzerall.
You had the right intention.
And the intention was there. And the 9 car of Evan Gallen now out front with Jeffrey O'Donnell in 2nd place. Stephen Rose now back to 3rd. And into turn 2. Doesn't look like the track is affected much by any of that little bit of rain that fell already there, Regan. And that's a good sign for the rest of the day.
Yeah, we have a little bit of sun coming through here. Not too much more cloud cover compared to what we had earlier. No sun whatsoever. It was freezing. It was chilly. We had precipitation coming down. Of course, cars had to get some rubber in the racetrack so they wouldn't be kind of slip sliding all over the place. So certainly track conditions are changing over the day, and that's only going to be a lot more important for these drivers to adjust as the day goes on.
We saw Ed Bowlby out there doing a couple of practice laps, and he had a bit of a spin out, but ever since then, that's been the only one, and they've got the track all in good condition here. As Evan Gallen continues to lead with Jeffrey O'Donnell, we are halfway through. Is halfway at least the correct thing? Can I say halfway, Stephen? Yes, halfway. Halfway. Not half down, but halfway. With Evan Gallen out front, Jeffrey O'Donnell, and now Curtis Trombley in the 00 car has overtaken Stephen Rose. He is in 3rd place right now.
Gallen's trying to pick up another heat race win here, and then Trombley being our defending feature winner last weekend, so we'll see if they can kind of keep that winning going here today at Speedway 660. It continues to be all Evan Gallen up front.
Wait until lap 9 when you hear Mama O'Donnell will Jeffrey's 151 car. She gets the screaming. It's like hitting the nitrous out there. We'll see. 8 laps in, and we are coming up on the white flag here with Evan Gallen in the lead in the 9 car with Jeffrey O'Donnell 2nd and Curtis Trombley in 3rd. Here we go, 1 to go. Will Jeffrey O'Donnell make a move? Mama O'Donnell, what do you think?
I have to wait until the feature, maybe.
Yeah, I think she's saving it. So that's fair. And coming through here is going to be Evan Gallen in the 9 car. Out of Fredericton, taking the top spot, Jeffrey O'Donnell in 2nd, and Curtis Trombley getting up to 3rd place there in this final Gallen's Auto Salvage Sharpshooter Heats. Quick reminder, we'll be back here next weekend for the Ricky Bobby qualifier. There will be pro stocks, street stocks, and sharpshooters. The following weekend will be another enduro. If you've never been to an enduro, it is a cross between stock car race like today and a derby. Think adult bumper cars, kind of like that. That'll be what it's like. As we now welcome our next heat here for the SureFit Auto Street Stock Heats. 2 more heats in this one. And it's 10 laps per as we welcome to the track Jimmy Somerville out of Fredericton in the 5, Daniel Adio from Fredericton in the 15, Martin Landry in that 15M car out of Skiduk. It is Joel LeBlanc in the 27 from Shediac, Michael Cormier in the 68 car. The 38 is Justin Cole, and the 71 is Jonathan Hanley. Ready to roll here for heat number 1 of the SureFit Auto Street Stock Heats.
Yeah, there were only 8 of these guys here last weekend to start off the Speedway 660 season, but the car count certainly has gone up here today. Yeah, 13 street stocks, believe it is, that number, yes. So certainly an increase in one of the more popular divisions across Atlantic Canada stock car racing. Good old grassroots, lots of horsepower, V8 engines, as there's the one to go from Tim Elliott. But yeah, a lot of drivers have come over here as being Petty International Raceway regulars just down the highway in River Glade, New Brunswick. Great to see him. I wasn't expecting Michael Cormier, the Flying Frenchman in car number 68, to be here with the street stock, more focusing on late model sports in particular over the year. But this might actually be preparation for the Ricky Bobby 150 to come up in June, late June.
There we go, and the pace truck is off the track, and here we go, Speedway, let's hear you, let's let your voice, God, those engines as we are going for our first heat in the SureFit Auto Street Stock Heats with the 5-car Jimmy Somerville holding steady and out to a quick lead here, increasing quickly.
No, we got a false start.
Oh, that's how he did it.
Yeah, the 5 did look like he was a bit further ahead of the other drivers. But yeah, as I was saying there too with the number 68, there's a couple of these drivers in here who don't get around to this racetrack a lot of the time. But the Ricky Bobby 150 is coming up. It is Atlantic Canada's most prestigious and highest paying street stock race. Again, 150 laps with these cars. Quite the attrition, the endurance, all sorts of words you can describe that race. I mean, it's thousands of dollars to win. Yeah, that's a new look on that number 15 on Martin Landry as well. I did see something a little bit different whenever he was racing at Petty Raceway a couple weekends back, but he did receive some damage from a little bit of an incident that did occur. So nice to see a bit of a new look there on the driver from, or actually, no, there's 2 number 15s. Wow, I was not paying attention.
15M, yeah. Daniel
the
Adio.
second 15, inside row 2. That's the one I was talking about. Anyway, you take it away, Dave.
Go. There's the pace truck coming off again here as we are going to get her going here this time. That was just a taste test before as we are good to go. Tim Elliott, the man, the myth, the legend, giving the green flag, and it is that 15M car that is taking the lead of Martin Landry. Oh, little fishtail there through turn 4. Oh, wow, we got a battle in the 15s here.
That's
with Daniel Adio.
Power move by the other 15 of Martin Landry there is Somerville with a bit of a braking moment there going down the backstretch. He's a little bit off the pace there, but Martin Landry, the 15 car I was trying to talk about now too, the race lead. Again, it is still the usual look compared to what I was talking about earlier, so he makes his way up to the front position. And then, look, I'm not surprised already Michael Cormier's made his way up to second.
There you go, Adio holding on to the lead. The good-looking car, team really excited this year. He is out to a early lead here, but yes, Cormier right behind, and now it's the 71 car of Jonathan Hanley sneaking up to third place right now, with Landry kind of falling back a bit here by a couple of spaces. 4 in.
And yeah, it didn't take that long for the multi-time Ricky Bobby 150 champion to get to the front of the field as other 15 heading off to the pits.
Yeah, there goes Landry early, and Adio now in second place with Cormier. Okay, my mistake. That is Landry out there. It was Adio that was heading in.
We're both having issues here, Dave. We're both having issues there. Yeah, and Somerville off to the pits.
It's all right, you're good.
Frankly, I blame the drivers for having 15 and 15. That M is hard to see, but thankfully we've got Eagle Eye Stephen Muzzerall here, and I will go personally apologize to Daniel. And luckily, Daniel Adio and I are good, so he's going to be good. Landry out there right now. He is in second place, but there is no denying there is 168 car, and that is Michael Cormier out in the lead right now with 2 laps to go. Tim Elliott with the white flag, just one more for Cormier to take the victory here in this second and final heat in the SureFit Auto Street Stock Heats. With the Landry coming up second and Jonathan Hanley taking on third place. And there we go. Bring it to an end, the 68 car, Michael Cormier. taking the victory on that second and final heat in the Street Stock Heats for SureFit Auto. Coming up next will be the Sportsman Heats, of which we just have one. That's 3 cars in there. BJ Gillespie, the old Muskets in there as well, and Jacob Logan. They'll be coming onto the track very soon. But big round of applause for Michael Cormier in that 68 car. The bright lights, the bright colors of Michael Cormier. Fans, with school coming to an end for another year, congratulations to all our graduates. We're proud of you all. Happy retirement to Shauna Roy, who just yesterday retired from her long career in real estate. We wish you well, Shauna. Enjoy your summer at the racetrack, and we are all so happy for you. Big round of applause for Shauna Roy, everybody. The wonderful Shauna Roy.
Second and final heat. Is it? Second and final heat.
Okay, yeah.
You're good.
All right, out there on the track, the double O is Carl Schaefer, Ron Enkel out of St. John in the 52, Kyle McKinnon in the 22, Luke McLaughlin in the 11, Riley Goodwin in the 77, and Peter Lennon out of St. John in the 87 car. 6 cars here for you with 10 laps to go. Here we go. Carl Schaefer out to a lead, but never ever, in my experience, count out that 52 with Ron Enkel, always hovering around, and it looks like we got another false start here, Regan. Gonna get it all going once again.
Well, at least get these obstacles done and over with.
Yeah.
Races at least.
Big shout out to Riverview Ford, the Riverview Ford Pace Truck out there. You can always find them at 970 Hidwell Road in Fredericton, right across from the radio station. I see that truck every day. And here we go. It looks like we're all set up nice and quick. Tim Elliott with the green flag, and we are rolling for heat number 2. Carl Schaefer and Ron Enkel, 2 wide through turn 2. Enkel getting a little bit of a nudge there, and it looks like McLaughlin was thinking about trying to go high side and just pass them both. But some good defense there by Carl Schaefer, holding on to that lead. But Luke McLaughlin, and there it is for Luke. Wow. Making moves early, the 11 car of Luke McLaughlin, who is quickly now your leader with Carl Schaefer in second and Ron Enkel in third. Kyle McKinnon behind him, and there's Riley Goodwin and Peter Lennon rounding out the pack. You can tell Luke wanted to make a move real early there. It's turn 3. He tried to go right around Carl Schaefer and Ron Enkel. Got cut short a little bit, but it was only another turn or 2 before he was out front and increasing that lead with every turn after that.
Yeah, an amazing new car that Luke McLaughlin there put together that was showcased at Radical Speed Sports back in April at the Moncton Coliseum in Moncton. And I must say that 52 at Ron Enkel, I love the complete replica that he put together there of Claude Scruggs is the name of that one race car in the Pixar Cars movie.
Okay.
It's a perfect replica. It is literally, it looks like a number 52 street stock. There's your proof. There's your proof.
Hey, there it is. Awesome. Very cool. I wouldn't have pegged him as a Pixar fan, but Ron Enkel. The car is looking good. 7 laps in with Luke McLaughlin still holding that lead, increasing it a bit, if you will. And Carl Schaefer, now Kyle McKinnon in third place. You know, it's Kids Day today. I told Kyle there should have been a beard braiding station, and he was into it, just said no beads. No beads in the beard if he was going to braid it, but maybe next year. Always another idea for next year. As we are 8 laps in with 2 to go, white flag coming out here from Tim Elliott. And the SureFit Auto Streak Stock Heats, your final one before we move on to the Sportsman Heats, with just those 3 cars and 1 heat to go. Whoa, Schaefer, little bit of a fishtail there. He got caught in between Riley Goodwin and Kyle McKinnon, but able to straighten it out. And there's the checkered flag as Luke McLaughlin in the 11 car will take this heat number 2. Once again, 1 more heat to go. The Sportsman Heats with just the 3 cars in that category. And then we will have our intermission with the on-track candy scramble for the kids. And we will have some directions for you before that gets underway. So try your best to keep the kids at bay until we give out all the directions and get our team of people out there for maximum safety before we have the kids out on the track for the candy scramble at the intermission. But like I said, 1 more heat to go. This is the Sportsman Heats coming up here with BJ Gillespie in the 69 car, the old musket, Richard Atkinson in the 40, and Jacob Logan in the 37. There's the review forward pace truck coming around, I believe, 1 more time, and then we'll get these 10 laps heat for the Sportsman underway. BJ Gillespie in the 69, Richard Atkinson, the old musket in the 40, and Jacob Logan in the 37 car. Going to put on a 10-lap show here for this heat. Once again, a big thank you to all of you out here today, and a big thanks to our crew, Brent Roy, race director, Tim Elliott, the flagman, Buddy Munn and his crew in the ambulance, fire and rescue, Tony and Sabrina McFarland crew, Donnie and his crew in tech, and let's get her going. 10-lap heat underway. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle there, but everybody's okay. And the old musket by a bit of a no. Oh, boy. They call it a heat for a reason, and it is heated between these warriors here. Trading back and forth is Gillespie and Atkinson for that first place spot. It seems to change every single turn. 2 laps down, and the old musket currently being credited with the lead. But Gillespie and Logan, boy, they are keeping it real close. You'd think there'd be more room out there with just 3 cars, but they are all in for this one. It's Atkinson and then Gillespie with Logan in 3rd. Coming down, there's Gillespie making a move to the inside. Oh, boy. Almost a photo finish there. Gillespie now by a nose. That front set of tires in the lead, and now the entire car. Atkinson looking to regain that top spot. With Logan right there in the mix, too. He's now moving into 2nd. Oh, here we go. And there's BJ Gillespie and Richard Atkinson ending up in the dirt at turn 2. Jacob Logan now up front, and we've got the yellow flag from Tim Elliott. You could really see those cars going at each other right from the get-go as Atkinson able to get back onto the track under his own power. We'll see if it's the same thing. I don't know for the 69 car of BJ Gillespie. Looks like the hook is going to have to come on out and give some assistance.
Dave, who said a 3-car 10-lap sportsman heat couldn't be exciting?
I know. Exactly. Putting on a show for the fans here. They were all just at each other's throats here right from the get-go. But just, from a sporting standpoint, you appreciate that. But, yeah, it only takes a couple of cars and a lot of competitiveness to have a show out there for sure. And that's what these 3 cars are providing here in this sportsman heat. 6 in with the old musket. Looks like he's going to be able to continue out there. But the 69 car is going to get help back onto the track and hopefully able to continue. Once again, big thanks to the crews, photographer Ryan Chapman and guest photographer Tanya Everett here today. Jesse Thompson, our previous announcer, is also in field here with the tour today. Welcome, Jesse. Nice to see you here. Always got a great family of crew here at Speedway 660 in the Gary Woods, so we appreciate you being here. Clouds kind of coming and going. We'll get some sun, we'll get some clouds. As long as we don't get a bunch of rain is not what we want. Not really in the forecast today, maybe just a few drops. As Gillespie getting helped off the track here, it's just Jacob Logan and the old musket out there. With the Riverview Ford Pace truck guiding them around. Intermission coming up here with the on-track Candy Scramble. Once again, make sure the kids all hold their horses until we give you the green light, or the green flag, if you will. Maybe Tim Elliott will be up in the tower there, and we'll get him to wave the green flag when the kids can come on the track and have the okay to come on the track to do the Candy Scramble. As the pace truck pulls off, it's going to be Jacob Logan and the old musket, Richard Atkinson, racing it out here for the final few laps. Here we go! Coming back around, it's Jacob Logan in first with Richard Atkinson in second. By default, Gillespie there in third place as we're coming up on just a couple of laps to go for this final heat of the day, the Sportsman Heat. White flag is out for Jacob Logan, who's in the lead. As were that first 6 laps, it was Atkinson and Gillespie back and forth, back and forth. Logan kind of playing possum, and he's benefiting from it. He's going to get, it looks like, that checkered flag with Richard Atkinson in second place and BJ Gillespie in third for the Sportsman Heat. Let's hear it for the 37 car of Jacob Logan, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you have an age group? Because I can tell Dave on YouTube. 5 and under, 6 and under, something like that. 6 and under, gate to victory lane.
All right, fans, we will get everything in order here for the Candy Scramble. No kids on the track until we give you the all clear. Now, right where you see the man, the myth, the legend, the flag man, Tim Elliott, in his tower of power, that's where we're going to have 6 and under. So children 6 and under are going to line up and get ready to enter the track from the gate where Tim Elliott is currently standing right now. So Tim's coming out. 6 and under will enter there. 7 and up will enter in the corner just sort of opposite the pit there, that entrance point where the cars come in, where you see the bright neon green and yellow sign, the on the gas restart zone. That's where 7 and up will enter that area down there closer to the pit. 6 and under will enter through the gate where Tim Elliott is standing right now. So just line up there and get everybody ready for the candy scramble. I say we get Tim back up there and do the green flag when it's time to start grabbing candy. That's my that's my vote.
Dave, I wonder, do I have permission to challenge? Do I have permission to challenge Tim Terry to get the most candy?
Always challenge Tim Terry on everything.
At the end of the day, we're all kids in some capacity.
Exactly. All right, so here's how the candy scramble is going to work. We already told you kids 6 and under will head to Victory Lane when instructed by track staff, and kids 7 to 14 will line up on the track in turn 4. Now we want to instruct all the kids to please be careful of each other out there, all right? It's all friendly. There's plenty of candy for the kids. Everybody being nice to each other. No throwing elbows or anything like that. Everybody being safe, everybody being careful, and everybody being kind out there. The kids can get wild. We know it. It's candy. We get it. But everybody being polite and kind out there. We want everyone to have fun and everyone to get some candy. All right? We do not going to let everybody on the track until security lets them on. Security's letting them on. So here we go. Everybody playing nice out there. Follow the staff, and they will help you get some candy.
What, Dave? This can't be WWE?
No.
Oh.
No Ultimate Warrior out there or anything like that. Strike Force was always my tag team, but no Strike Force, no rockers, no craziness. I don't know if that bag of candy was ripped open inadvertently, but now it's open and it is out there. Everybody heading out to have fun and grab some candy. And Tim Terry lurking with the vest on. We'll see if Tim can get us some candy, Regan, and maybe bring it up here when he comes up to join me a little later on. Maybe we'll.
Okay, yeah. So I challenge him to get the most candy, and then he's got to get all that candy up to us.
There's plenty of us up here, Tim. We expect all those pockets to be filled. And when you take your hat off, candy to fall out of there as well, just everywhere. Yeah, exactly.
By the way, just a quick couple of things before we get this going. If there's a Jessica Finnegan in the grandstands, again, a Jessica Finnegan, apparently I was told you're the prize winner of something from the Easy-Kleen tent or some sort of Easy-Kleen setup that's going on. So again, a Jessica Finnegan, wherever the Easy-Kleen setup is, you're the prize winner or something. Congratulations.
Way to go, Jessica.
And also welcome and a happy birthday to Sasha Harrisimo, hailing out of Nunavut, visiting family and celebrating their second birthday. And we do have an EIT Race Radio's pole sitter update for the Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150 coming up for the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. 3 poles in a row. If we go back to our finale last year, the 26 of Braden Langell will start first place. So if there are any Nova Scotia fans here, there you go. And this is Dave. I believe this is my first candy scramble. This looks interesting.
The kids showing an incredible amount of restraint. I love how behaved the kids are right now. We're following the directives of the security out there, so everything's nice and safe. But look at them over by the turn 4 there, just behaving so well, even with candy on the line.
Yeah, we got like stuff like kiddie rides, Power Wheels. That's what we have back. That's what I have back home at Oysterbed Speedway. So this is certainly a whole other species of kid festivities, activities at a racetrack that I've seen.
This I would have expected more like a water and canned goods Y2K type grab.
Right.
Or toilet paper when COVID first came. I would have expected that. But these kids are behaving very, very well, and we appreciate them. And we want every kid to have fun and get candy out there.
Do a countdown.
Okay, here we go. We're going to do a countdown, and then it's time to candy scramble. Here we go, kids. Listen to me. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab some candy, everybody. Go, go, go. And be nice. Be nice. Go, go, go.
Be nice.
Be nice, yes.
You're saying be nice to kids?
Yeah, no, well.
Candy?
I got 3 kids, and they're nice. Well, at least 2 of the 3 are.
Wow.
The youngest is a bit of a wild card. Axel is a bit of a wild card, but Noah and William are very nice. Love you, Axel. If he's he's not here, but there we go. The Candy Scramble underway. Have fun. And we've got a lot of features coming up here, Regan. So, kids, we are, in fact, counting on you to collect every single piece out there. We need you to help clean up the track of all that candy, which there is lots.
Yeah, a popsicle. Yeah, well, a popsicle stick is going to be the reason why there's going to be somebody on their way to a win, and then a popsicle bursts their tire by just the smallest of holes or margins.
Yeah,
or whatever.
if we get a car spun out, I say we call it a Tootsie Whoopsie. Does that make sense? That got an adequate eye roll, like I just said 6-7 or something. That got an adequate eye roll from Regan. A Tootsie.
That's
what I was aiming for. A Tootsie Whoopsie if we get a car spun out because of candy.
Ba-dum.
Yes, exactly. All right, kids, have fun out there and get all that candy for us. And once the track, is all cleared up, we will get into our features here before you know it with the Gallons Auto Salvage Sharpshooter feature. That's a 25-lap race getting underway first, followed by the SureFit Auto Street Stock feature, 35 laps. Then the Sportsman feature is 40 laps. And then it is time for the showstopper, that Easy-Kleen SLMS 150-lap feature. I want to do a huge thank you here to Josh Warden from Recovery Roofing. Anybody in the stands, and we can give a big round of applause. Josh Warden from Recovery Roofing for helping out Speedway 660. We are super appreciative of you and the amazing job that you've done to help out Speedway 660. Josh Warden, Recovery Roofing. Make sure you look them up online. Recovery Roofing doing a fantastic job. They provide complete re-roofs, asphalt, shingles, metal roofing, emergency repairs, seniors, and military discounts as well at Recovery Roofing. All right, did the kids get enough candy out there? Let's hear it, kids. Did you get some candy? Get them all hopped up on sugar. They'll be screaming like Mama O'Donnell before I know it, who I just said hi to. There she is. She is here. She is in the house. Can confirm. We're going to be ready here before you know it for our first feature of the day, the Gallons Auto Salvage Sharpshooters feature. That's a 25-lap race. I've got 14 cars here on my list that are going to be ready to roll and give you some great racing action. 3 features here before we get to the big show. That's the Easy-Kleen SLMS 150-lap feature as we welcome the entire SLMS crew here today. Our pal Regan is going to guide you through that 150 laps of awesomeness, which I'm sure it will be. We are going to hopefully continue to get a lack of rain here and maybe even a bit more sunshine, but a will it or won't it kind of situation here. But yes, thank you, Regan, for knocking on wood as we hope it holds off. All right, Stephen, you're trying to join in. Yeah, there he is, Stephen Muzzerall. Always got a one-up. Always got
the drum thing.
Yeah,
the drum
he did
thing.
both. No, he did. He was knocking on wood with both hands. Just had to one-up everybody, but we love him anyways. Great guy syndrome. That's Stephen Muzzerall. And Tim Elliott in the Tower of Power up there is ready to do some serious flagging over there, right, Tim? Yes, sir. Give a big round of applause to the showstopper himself, Tim Elliott, in the house tonight. I love Tim Elliott. Yes. Tim will be taking photographs with all the kids and signing autographs. No time limit on it whatsoever. He'll be here all night if you need those photographs and those autographs, Tim. I call first in line, though, Regan. I'm first.
Tim and Tim.
There he is.
Tim and Tim. Tim and Tims.
Some quick fun facts about Tim Elliott, fans. Tim once won a staring contest with a garden gnome. The gnome still refuses to make eye contact after that. That was not a good experience for him. When Tim says, "I'll be there in 5 minutes," even the GPS starts laughing. And Tim once assembled an entire barbecue without reading the instructions. Nobody knows how he did it. He's just that resourceful. Tim Elliott.
Where did you get those?
It's in the Twitterverse. It's in yeah. They're out there.
No, we don't call it the X-verse. Nobody says X.
X-verse is weird.
Nobody says X.
Are we giving a bit of Chuck Norris complex?
Yeah. Tim can speak Russian and French is another skill that he owns.
He's having a ball.
Tim once parallel parked and somehow improved the property values on the entire street. That's the kind of unbelievableness that we're working with here in Tim Elliott as he vehemently tries to shoe a bee right now. There we go. We're going to get these cars on the track here real soon. I think that's the signal.
Yeah, the pace truck's coming, Dave.
Here we go. Moving forward.
Regan, can you toss me that white pen? Big deal.
Let's meet our drivers, fans. Heading out here for this feature. 25 laps for the Gallons Auto Salvage Sharpshooter feature is the 83 Brian Millette from Fredericton, then Braden Carr from Fredericton, Terry Lawson out of Minto in the 14, Stephen Rose, the 44 car, Kyle Rogers in the 95, Evan Gallen won his heat. He's in the number 9 car. Jesse Somerville, also out of Fredericton, in the 56. Jeffrey O'Donnell out of Woodstock in the 151. There's Mama O'Donnell on cue. Out of Minto is the 00. Curtis Tremblay. Darren Wilcox, defending champ, in the 32 car. He had a great heat. Brandon Landry from Cambridge Narrows in the 22. Pearson Delaville out of Moramarto in the 10. Dustin Hamilton in the 72 car, also out of Woodstock. And Avery Underwood from Fredericton Junction in the number 8 car. 14 cars set to join us here on this first feature of the day. Speedway 660, are you ready?
One to green. Pace truck lights are off. Yeah. Well, pace truck's going to go off the infield. It's 13 sharpshooters for 25 laps. Some good old fun 4-cylinder racing. Dave, take it away.
Here we go, folks. We need you to be louder than these engines as they come around. Are you ready? Speedway 660! We'll do a check here for you once we do some quick math on which car we're missing. We had 14 listed. The 95 car, there's Stephen Muswell on the spot. Kyle Rogers not in this pack right now. Boy. And there we go. Turn 4 on lap 1.
That's the 10.
That is the 10 car. That's Pearson, the rookie. But he's right back onto the track. Nothing slowing him down. Braden Carr in the 74 is listed as your leader, with Brian Millett right there, nose to nose, and Stephen Rose in 3rd place at the moment. There they go, 2 wide through turn 3 and 4. Maybe a little issue here for Evan Gallen. I don't see what happened, but Evan Gallen decided to get right off that track once he crossed the finish line.
Gallen off the pace. He's off into the infield. 10 heads off to the pits. Still side by side for the race. Caution. Yellow flag.
Just grab one from the box and just take it down to him. Okay.
Not sure what happened there to Evan Gallen's car, who had a great run, obviously, in the heats. Looked great out there, but something obviously went wrong quick because he crossed that finish line and got right off and pulled off to the side of the track. That is going to bring out the hook. We'll get everybody lined up here in the correct order and resume racing here soon. And hopefully the 9 car able to rejoin us. Hopefully just needs a quick fix here. Speaking of the fix, enjoyed some pizza over there. I hope you've got some great food and drinks as well. From the poutine to the pizza, they've got you covered over there with a great staff to help you get what you need. Evan Gallen's going to need some help getting off the track here, it looks like. And then we will resume racing in this first feature, 25 laps for the Gallen's Auto Salvage Sharpshooter feature.
So still into the yellow flag, and yeah, there's the signal from Tim Elliott for all sharpshooter race cars to double up and get back going here with 3 of 25 laps completed. So an early caution to start off feature racing action here at Speedway 660.
Yeah, needless to say, those cars aren't really able to hit their stride, only 3 laps in, but plenty of race left, of course, and hopefully we'll see that number 9 car, Evan Gallen, back onto the track after having, looked fantastic. Had a great heat, of course. We saw that. We'll see if Evan's able to come back on and join the pack here, hopefully soon.
So there's the 1 to green. Hopefully not a foreshadow of what might be to come with the rest of the feature action here. Again, two more local races left to go.
There it is, right on cue.
There's Evan. But yeah, this and then 2 more local features, and then of course the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series will come out. The Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150, but of course, first up, Sharpshooters, 3 laps in at a 25. Dave, take it away.
Here we go. Tim Elliott's got the cue and the green flag ready to roll. And here we go. Back racing once again. That yellow flag kind of enabling Brian Millette to get back the lead, but the 74 car, Braden Carr, is looking to get back what he had just before the yellow flag came out. And there's Stephen Rose hanging in there as well. 2, almost 3 wide through turn 4 and 1. There's Stephen Rose.
Yeah, these drivers are using as much racetrack as possible, especially the 44 of Stephen Rose, looking for his first career feature win. He will take the lead.
Jeffrey O'Donnell giving Brian Millette's bumper the business there out of turn 2. But getting a bit of separation now, and there's Darren Wilcox, defending champ, hanging in there tight as well. He is in 4th place right now. And there's Millette looking to get back that lead from Stephen Rose. 2 wide through turn 1 and 2. Oh, Jeffrey O'Donnell just about getting into Darren Wilcox there. O'Donnell.
Oh, here we go.
Woo. 3 wide now through turn 1. Oh, boy.
Close corner action, and that's going to give Jeffrey O'Donnell the lead. 3 wide down the back for second as Wilcox is going to make the dive down below the 74. Rose going to fall back into 4th. Crazy 4-cylinder action racing we're seeing here, Dave.
Mama O'Donnell, how do we feel about Jeffrey in first?
We're good. 56 had a near spin there, but he gets it back going, and now we're into single file racing back up towards the front with Jeffrey O'Donnell still leading the way.
Yeah, Jesse Somerville able to correct. Oh, boy, another nudge there, boy. Braden Carr almost getting into it, but able to hold on. And it's Jeffrey O'Donnell now in first with Darren Wilcox.
Oh,
Stephen Rose, Braden Carr.
Oh, no.
Oh, and the 14 of Terry Lawson.
No.
Brian Millette. All 4 cars forming the letter T quite perfectly. And that'll bring us to a yellow flag as the 10 car, Pearson Lavelle, is heading off. Stephen Rose straightening it out. Braden Carr, Brian Millette looking to get underway. Carr's car looking like it's almost right on top of the hood of Terry Lawson's 14 car. That's out of Minto. We'll have to separate those vehicles and see what kind of help is needed to get them moving again or off the track before we can get her going, as we are 9 laps into this 25-lap first feature.
So a 4-car jam session right there. Rose right around in front of almost the entire pack, and then a bunch of cars just tried getting on the brakes, locked them up, and again with the early precipitation, that does not help. But a little bit of slip and sliding into there, so not ideal.
There was no candy in that area, to my knowledge, so that was not a Tootsie Whoopsie. No candy in that area.
Well, no, with all the front stretch action going on, it's not like someone threw a popsicle somewhere. It's like, random turn there, someone's getting screwed over.
Maybe Tim Terry was throwing it over by turn 4, so he had it stashed somewhere to pick up later. We don't know. We just won't know until we talk to Tim.
Well, I mean, Tanya Everett's there, too. We can't leave her.
Yeah, that's true. Well. That's true.
No offense,
Put anything past anybody.
Tanya.
Jeffrey O'Donnell, your leader at the moment, but some fierce racing there right towards the end before we got that crash. And there's the 00 car, Curtis Tremblay, as well. Everybody's going to get organized up, but he had a good heat as well earlier in the day today. Came on strong towards the end and got a top 3. But Jeffrey O'Donnell, your current leader, but they got to get these cars separated. So the hook from 8A Towing.
It's definitely a crunch you can see with the hood.
Yeah.
What number is that? An 11? What number would that be?
74 in the 14, Terry Lawson.
14, right.
Terry Lawson is the other car
Right.
behind Braden Carr there.
I was going to say about O'Donnell looking for his first win since last July, so he'll try to add a second feature win to his resume, but we saw the dominance of Darren Wilcox earlier in this heat race.
Boy, that car runs so good. They've got quite the team there as well, looking to repeat this year.
Some of our infield people deciding to go and have a little bit of a better look at the incident there between turns 3 and 4. So again, still early on this one, 9 of 25 laps completed. As I said earlier, hopefully not a foreshadow of what's to come for our remaining features. I can't wait for the street stock one in particular. 13 of those cars. You saw how they were ripping around during the heat races on all the hard charger performances and whatnot. Those cars, I mean, this is the best racing, best grassroots racing you can possibly find at any racetrack across the region.
And honestly, that sportsman heat with only the 3 cars, as you said, Regan, there was so much track, but those 3 cars were really going at each other. Logan Gillespie and the old Musket there. I'm looking forward to that one as well. That's going to be the final feature right before the big show of the Easy-Kleen SLMS 150 lap feature. But that's going to be one to watch too, because it's going to be 40 laps, I think, of just those 3 competitors going at it back and forth, back and forth. So I'm really looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier with Richard Atkinson and Jacob Logan still remaining on the racetrack, BJ Gillespie having to go off. A less tame version of if you ever watched Talladega Nights, Ricky
yes.
Bobby versus Gene Gerard in that last Talladega race,
Yes.
the 2 of them going at it. And then they end up wrecking. They do the little run to the start-finish line, but they end up getting disqualified anyway because rules don't exist. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever the end of that was, again, it's a movie. Yeah.
And then went and had some crepes, some very thin pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're.
We do have somebody back at my home at Oysterbed Speedway. Somebody has a Ricky Bobby mini stock, and they picked up
Amazing.
a feat. It was in this. It was in a 4-cylinder division. We have 2 of those back at home. And yeah, his mini stock 4-cylinder, whatever you want to call it. Full on Ricky Bobby replica.
Incredible.
And he put it right in victory lane for the feature, and he kept going on about like if he ain't first, you're last. And he's like shake and bake, like he was going crazy.
Was there a giant panther or puma named Karen?
No. Now his name, to be fair, is Ricky Bedell, so the Ricky Bobby can work.
It can.
It can.
That's not a strong 6 degrees of separation there. That can definitely work. Looks like we got some fuel spillage, which I think was probably to be expected, but the crew's already getting the old kitty litter. What is that composite made of, Regan? Do you know? Is it actual kitty litter?
Speedy dry is the term we call in the racing
Speedy
world.
dry. Okay.
Cat litter, sure.
Kitty litter.
Kitty litter, yeah.
It's just fun to say the word kitty.
Yeah.
But they're getting it cleaned up, so hopefully in that area we're not having any more slip and slides or forming any more. This race brought to you by the letter T. And they're doing a good job, as always, isolating it and figuring out where it is and getting the track. Obviously, we'll get the, I'm sure, a few practice laps in there to get the cars to kick up that kitty litter a bit before we get it resumed again.
Yeah,
this first feature, only 25 laps, though.
Yeah, kind of rub into the racetrack and make sure that there's still grip through there and that these cars can safely go around and keep competing here around Speedway 660. And yeah, as you see, as the 14 is being towed off back to the pits, a heck of a crunch on the front and the back of that car, like basically sandwiched in that 4-car wreck there in turns 3 and 4.
Could be the end of the day for the 14. I hate to say it, but I'm certainly glad to be proven wrong if we see it come back out here to turn a few laps at the end. I mean, I'm hoping for that. Who wouldn't be? But that looked like a pretty bad one there for sure.
I mean, I've seen cars like this come back out on the racetrack without a front and a back bumper.
Yeah, exactly.
They can make it work. Although, if there's oil, gas, fuel spill, whatever, that does not help. At all.
Those are a bit harder to repair, but crews are on it right now as we look to get resumed here sooner than later. Make sure, as I said, stop on into the Fix for delicious poutine, hot dog, cold beverage, and so much more. New this year to the canteen is the cheese and pepperoni pizza, nachos with warm cheese sauce, and Frings. I'm a big Frings fan. They're always good. And more. Crystal, Candace, and the smiling folks in the canteen are happy to serve you up a delicious snack. And, of course, there's always Turn 5 as well for a nice cold alcoholic beverage. Please drink responsibly and do not drink and drive. Also, you can follow Speedway 660 on Facebook or online at speedway660.com for racing photos and upcoming events as well as race results. Obviously, we thanked the Rye guy out there, Rye Chapman, is out there taking photos as always with a special guest as well in Tanya Everett here today, the guest photographer alongside Rye Chapman. I saw Tim Terry wearing a fluorescent vest, and I don't know, Tim wears many hats in this industry and can do a lot of things. The fluorescent vest, I don't know what he's doing out there. Is that him over there in the...
Yeah, all the photographers are they went over there to get a closer look at the incident over there. They're just having a fun chit chat. They might want to get away from there when the cars start going fast again.
Yes.
Although all the mounds that you see all around with the poles in the infield.
Yep.
I know Ryan in particular is not afraid to get up on one of those to get great shots.
Yes.
He's not afraid to do it. So, see, my point stands. There you go.
There he is. There go the cars with some warm-up laps, just like we talked about. They're just going to kick up that kitty litter, make sure it's all nice and grippy for them to resume. But that is a good sign that we will resume racing here very, very soon with 9 laps into the 25-lap feature. 3 features once again. Before we get to the big show for today, the Easy-Kleen SLMS 150-lap feature. This will be followed by the SureFit Auto Street Stock feature. That's a 35-lap race. And then the Sportsman feature with those 3 cars out there will be 40 laps before we head into the Easy-Kleen SLMS 150-lap feature.
So cars all doubled up. Just about ready to get back going here. We'll wait on Tim to do the one. Yep, there it is. There it is, the one to green.
It's a terrible way to try and make fire, Tim, but I don't see him having any luck there, but we know Tim's capable of many things.
It's okay. These 10 cars remaining for the remaining laps of this 25-lap feature, they're about to bring the fire. Right
Exactly. There's Tim waving to the green giant in the distance over those trees, and we are just about ready to go as the Riverview Forward Pace truck pulls off. Jeffrey O'Donnell is your current leader with Darren Wilcox right there and Braden Carr. Here we go, folks. We are back underway. Stephen Chase back in. There's Braden Carr, who's currently in 3rd, technically, but I'm sure that'll change soon as he had to go off and get some repair work done. There we go. The 00 of Curtis Tremblay is now listed in 3rd place. Jeffrey O'Donnell leading with Darren Wilcox in 2nd place.
You had to get a lap completed there, so we get the reset on the scoreboard there on the back straightaway, but back going good. Jeffrey O'Donnell continuing to do his thing, but Darren Wilcox still right there about half a car length back. He's going to try that charge along the middle of the high lanes there down the back straightaway. Your defending feature winner, Curtis Tremblay, just in behind, and don't count out Evan Gallen either.
Good to see Evan Gallen back out there already, who had to sort of dive off there and go get some repairs a few laps ago, but is already back out there and now sitting in 4th place.
Wilcox did have a bit of a look there to the high side as there's the cross flags in the air from Tim Elliott halfway through this sharpshooter feature. Oh, there was a touch there. A little bit of a shot in the shorts there, the 32, Dave.
Yeah. Darren Wilcox looking to make a move, maybe get a little impatient. He wants that top spot. But so does Curtis Tremblay right next to Wilcox. He's trying to play the offensive on O'Donnell while also playing defense on Tremblay, who's looking to get to the inside.
They're rubbing doors through 1 and 2. Tremblay gets ahead down the back. Wilcox going to try to find and he gives him the bunk back. Here comes Gallen to fire up on the left rear corner panel of the 32. Bumper car action here, the sharpshooters.
Tremblay now moving into 2nd place.
And got a lap car coming up here.
So Jeffrey O'Donnell in 1st, Curtis Tremblay in 2nd, and Evan Gallen now moving up to 3rd place. Darren Wilcox in pursuit of him right now, trying to get back into that top 2.
Game on. Tremblay to the back bumper. Oh, we got O'Donnell a little sideways there down the back straightaway. He pulls back a little bit. Trying to maybe go for a good corner exit here, but the 151 still hanging on ahead. 0-0. Almost another touch there, too. The back of the 151. We're nearing 5 laps remaining in this one. Tremblay has been letting him know every lap that he is right there feeling that rear view mirror, but they are still single file the entire top 4.
And, you see this so many times in racing as well, where Tremblay right on the bumper of O'Donnell, but Wilcox sort of hanging there, as well as Evan Gallen, waiting to see what comes of those 2 cars, and maybe they can just sneak past and jump into that top spot. Let those guys sort of figure it out. But Darren Wilcox doesn't really want to wait any longer. He's making a move on Tremblay for that second spot right now.
Now 4 laps remaining. It could be any one of these drivers going to review for Lincoln victory lane here at Speedway 660. Gallen did have a look there underneath Wilcox, but unsuccessful. 10's going to head back off to the pits. That 32 keeps trying that high line, but it just has not been able to work.
Jeffrey O'Donnell playing just incredible defense here to hold on to that spot. Fighting off Tremblay, Darren Wilcox, and Evan Gallen. And he is just a few laps away here. 2 laps now. Oh, another close call with Tremblay almost getting into the inside bumper. Oh, there's a nudge.
It's amazing how O'Donnell has been able to hang on through all this, but let's see if we might get a bump and run at any point. Give him a lap car coming up, white flag in the air. Oh, this might get feisty. Dave, take us home.
Here we go with one more turn before the final turn 4, and Tremblay looking to make a move here, but Jeffrey O'Donnell, Mom O'Donnell, let's hear ya! Jeffrey O'Donnell taking first with Curtis Tremblay in second, and Darren Wilcox rounding out the top 3. What a finish.
I think they might have thought there was another lap in there maybe, but maybe they just wanted to give the fans a little bit more entertainment. But amazing defense there by the 151 of Jeffrey O'Donnell. Incredible how he was able to hang on there. But Dave, you go on down and interview our top 3 again one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, what a race that was. Jeffrey O'Donnell, your feature winner for the Sharpshooters. Dave will head down and talk to O'Donnell, Tremblay, and Darren Wilcox.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the victor, the 151 of Jeffrey O'Donnell. Good, sir. Looking good out there. Good heat, good run. How did it feel? You look great out there.
Man, the car feels good this year. We fixed a few things that were definitely holding it back last year, and I am very proud of the car we have, and this is where we want to be all year. So we had a great race out there, a little bumping and grinding, and that's what we expect. And I can't thank my competitors enough for running a good race and making it entertaining.
They sure did. You had some guys there, Curtis Tremblay into the bumper there a bit at the end. Being first place, you got to play a lot of defense too, for sure.
Yeah, once I got into first, I said, well, we're not running the ideal line. We're going to run the line to block everyone and hope we can keep them behind us, and we got lucky today.
Awesome. Who do you want to thank for the car today?
I want to thank everyone at home that helps me out, makes this happen. Daniel Adio, I can't thank him enough because this setup definitely works, and it's all thanks to him. I want to thank Terry for all the help in the pits, Jackson, Brandon, Dustin, all those guys. But then also we got to thank my wife for all the time in the shop, and our sponsors, Tom's Heavy Equipment, McQuaid Truck Repair, Brad's Auto Repair, Off the Wall Graphics, CarQuest, Lunds Electric, Scott
Here. All right, Curtis Tremblay. Here. All right, Curtis Tremblay. Curtis Tremblay in second place, the 0-0. Let's hear it for Curtis Tremblay. You were giving it to him. He was playing good defense on you, man. You had a good run there. The car looked great. And how did you feel about the race today?
He definitely gave us a good run, that's for sure. I tried giving him everything I had, and he had something for me and could always get that car back straight, so that's good, you know what I mean? He's a great driver. Darren right on my tail the whole way too, right? It's kind of bad that those guys wrecked early, but guess what? It's racing, right? And things happen, and you prepare for the next week.
That's awesome. Who do you want to thank for the car today?
Today we want to thank Langham Well Drilling, Community Metals, Extreme Posts, Richie's, Rachel McFarland, Realty.
Awesome. Let's hear it for Curtis Tremblay in the 0-0. And here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, one of my favorite people. Great racing out there, Darren Wilcox. How did you feel about the car? You know, you got that expectation on you this year after last year, right? I mean, I hate to jinx. I'm not trying to jinx you, but it comes with some added pressure. But you still look great out there. How'd you feel the car's running so far going into this season?
The car was fine. I think I overheated the right front. It was nice battling with the 0-0 and the 151. They're good racers, and yeah.
It was a good time. Who do you want to thank for the car today?
I'd like to thank Canadian Home Builders, Amy Bragdon, B&W Contracting, Bumper to Bumper, Lucas Carter at Nissan, Mike Carter, my amazing fiance, Gallons Auto Salvage, Keswick Kitchens, Jody Sarah Lilly, Smoke Signals in Oromocto, and the Skylar Strong Foundation. And
there you go. Got the big trophy right there. You got to love that. Let's hear it for the 32 car of Darren Wilcox, everybody. Your next feature coming up here real soon. That's Mo O'Donnell one more time. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Be right back. All right, fans, next up, it's time for the Sure-Fit Auto Street Stock feature. This is a 35-lap race, and your contestants out there, or competitors, I should say, contestants, not a game show, competitors, got lost in the translation there. Daniel Adio in the 15, 00 is Carl Schaefer. Ron Enkel in the 52 car, that car's out of St. John. Kyle McKinnon, the bearded wonder, in the 22. Luke McLaughlin, who won his heat, is in the 11 car. The 77 is Riley Goodwin. The 5 is Jimmy Somerville out of Fredericton. The 15M, so there's two 15s out there. The 15M is Martin Landry out of Skaduk. And the 27 is Joel LeBlanc out of Shediac. 38 is Justin Cole. Michael Cormier in the 68. The 71 is Jonathan Hanley. And Peter Lennon in the 87 car. That car to St. John, rounding out the pack.
A stacked street stock field that we have here for this 35-lap feature. I mean, we saw the hard charge of Michael Cormier earlier, and then Luke McLaughlin getting the job done as well. But again, it's anybody's game here. Game on.
Riverview Ford pace truck is off, and here we go, race fans!
There was already contact off the start there. These drivers are getting their hands dirty quick. You saw McLaughlin about trying to dive underneath of Daniel Adio in the number 15. He's a little sideways there coming out of 4, but we keep going.
Very competitive. Nobody playing the long game here to start off this feature. Everybody wants to get up front and get some positions up quickly. And Adio being asked to play a lot of defense on the heat winner, Luke McLaughlin. Oh, McLaughlin into the back bumper of Adio.
LeBlanc and Schaefer are playing bumper cars there, battling for the third position. The 00 not really giving the 27 a whole lot of room, and LeBlanc's actually I think he repaid him the favor there, going through 3 and 4. And it's amazing how these cars are still able to, stay, kind of like together, like a super speedway race. Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
Oh, there's the 00. Up into the shelf, but it's going to be coming back onto the track. Great job there by getting back on by Carl Schaefer in the 00. Boy, Luke McLaughlin picking up right where he left off in his heat. He is that car is moving.
The 00 still going, and I'm sure some people over there had a bit of an early shower compared to maybe going back home and cleaning themselves up tonight.
Yeah.
But that, even though that's not clean, but anyway.
Just like at the beach, they're going to be pulling sand out of everywhere.
Right.
Out of every crevice later on today.
Yeah, McLaughlin's pulled away. It's LeBlanc against Cormier.
Adio really falling back here.
Yes.
I got trouble finding him. I thought he went off for a second, but he has gone back a bunch of spots. Not sure if he's dealing with anything on that car that's holding him back.
Justin Cole off the pace.
Yes.
He had the hand waving out the window net to signal these drivers to get by him. Something wrong with the former Ricky Bobby 150 and track champion.
Yeah, you're right, Regan. There goes Cole going off into the pits. Martin Landry and Kyle McKinnon going too wide through multiple turns here. That's a spot to keep your eye on. Look at, Landry getting into the back bumper of Kyle McKinnon's 22 car.
And Cormier's already up to second. He's already closing in.
Cormier with a great run in the heat as well. Had a little bit of trouble, but still looked good. But Luke McLaughlin is the car to catch here today. This again is a 35-lap feature. Well, McLaughlin's going to be coming up on some lap traffic here real soon in the 5 car of Jimmy Somerville.
Yeah, Dave, I was just looking at timing and scoring there. Cormier gaining about a tenth or two every single lap on the number 11. I mean, visually, we can see it right now. We're about to get something here closing in on the halfway mark of this 35-lap feature.
Yeah, Cormier obviously obviously being in second is got the best shot at McLaughlin right now, but that 11 car is just running so well. Even a tenth of a second can add up for sure. They've got 21 laps to do it. And we'll see if he can get close enough to make a run here at the top spot. But Luke McLaughlin is your current leader with Michael Cormier in second. And then the 27 car of Joel LeBlanc in third place right now.
Jonathan Hanley and Kyle McKinnon going at it back in behind them. Cormier right about there, half a car length in behind the 11 as they're closing in on lapping Jim Somerville. That famous blue Dodge is always on rails no matter where the Flying Frenchman goes. I mean, many Petty Raceway championships, Ricky Bobby 150s. He's won almost about every race and championship in street stocks everywhere in the Maritimes. And you saw a little bit of a weird thing go on right there into turn 1. But the 11 still clear ahead of the 68 as both of the top two get by the 5.
Kyle McKinnon seems to have won that contest there between him and Landry, getting a little bit of separation now. But it's Michael Cormier and Luke McLaughlin going back and forth with some of the lap traffic trying to get out of the way. That might be really helping Cormier a bit, just close that gap. He is right on the bumper of Luke McLaughlin with about 15 laps to go, 19 into this 35-lap feature.
Yeah, just past the halfway mark. Cormier's right there. He's giving him the look on that left rear of the 11.
There we go.
McLaughlin not able to shut the door that time in a 1. Door to door down the back, Dave.
Yeah, oh, Cormier now by the front 2 tires, and that will pull him into first place. What a battle between these top 2 cars especially. I wouldn't count out McLaughlin, though. He's got some time to maybe do some drafting and conserve some fuel before he looks to get past Cormier and hopefully take the victory for him and his team. But Michael Cormier going to be on the defensive to try and shut the door on that strategy.
Yeah, the driver from Grand Barochois with a power move there past Luke McLaughlin. And I don't think there was that's sideways for the 11 there coming out of 4. As I was saying about the 68, I don't think there was a single bit of contact when he dove in underneath the 11 there to take the race lead. So,
yeah,
great clean stuff out of the 68, at least from what we could tell up here in the tower as Daniel Adio is off the pace and going to the pits.
Cormier starting to get a bit of separation here from McLaughlin as we cross the finish line with 10 laps to go in this second feature. Cormier will also have to start dealing with some lap traffic here of the 87 up first of Peter Lennon. That might give McLaughlin an opportunity to close the gap a bit. 8 laps to go. So Michael Cormier in the 68 car continues to lead with Luke McLaughlin in second and the 27 car of Joel LeBlanc in third place. That has been your top 3 with only McLaughlin changing with Cormier for first and second. As we are coming up on 5 laps to go this next time round through turn 4. Michael Cormier starting to increase that lead. Boy, that 68 car has just looked fantastic out there today. The 11 car running out of time to try and get that top spot back. Michael Cormier in the 68 is the one to beat right here. As we get a little in the air tonight by Tim Elliott. Tim can feel it coming in the air tonight. All right, we are 2 laps to go before Michael Cormier gets that victory potentially here. He is under white flag.
He'll be feeling the energy of a victory here, Dave.
Yeah. Here comes Michael Cormier through turn 4. One more to go, and he's got that checkered flag. With Luke McLaughlin coming in second place, and then the 27 car of Joel LeBlanc coming in third. There are your top 3 in the SureFit Auto Street Stock feature. Michael Cormier in the 68 car is your winner.
And I believe that makes LeBlanc undefeated in street stock feature podiums because he's got 2 already at Petty from a couple weekends back. So great start to the season for the number 27 out of the Shediac area. So into rearview for Lincoln Victory Lane one more time as Dave is going to go down, talk to our top 3, including your feature winner one more time, folks, and Grand Barachois, Michael Cormier. And then Luke McLaughlin and Joel LeBlanc. Dave will head down trackside and talk to your top 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, emerging from the 68 car, your winner, Michael Cormier. Good, sir. Obviously, it feels good to win. Obviously, the car looked great out there in the heats and in the feature. How did you feel it ran at the highest ability, or just had to play defense there?
Yeah, no, the car was really good. Earl had like 2 days to prepare this thing, so he did a good job. You know, also everyone that came out, Mike and Doug and Drew and Leslie, the whole crew, Isabel, my dad, everyone. So no, it's pretty cool. I mean, you know, we just come out of the box and the car is pretty good. So it was a good little test for the Ricky Bobby.
Awesome. Now, who do you want to thank for the car running today? Thank family and friends, your sponsors today.
We got Muncie Chrysler Dodge, Crossroads Cycles, Old Fashioned Meat Market, Napa Auto Parts, Wrench Auto, Power Electrical. We got Post at Moncton. We got Crossroads, Lawson's. I mean, we got Leo's Service Shop. I mean, we got a lot of great people, and you know, we really appreciate their help.
Michael Cormier, your winner! In the 68 car. Let's give it up for him. As we head over through the entourage to say hi here to Luke McLaughlin. Luke, we were praising the car. Looks so good out there. You know, second place, there's certainly nothing to sneeze at, but you look fantastic out there. You took the heat. How did you feel the car ran today? And, you know, that guy's pretty good over there as well, but you certainly had a chance to win.
Oh, for sure. We night and day better than it was last week. We're heading in the right direction, so we're going to go home and do our weekly spring change. I think everybody's seen that, but going to go home and switch it up again for next week a little further, and I think we've got something to work with.
Who do you want to thank for the car today?
Huge thank you to my dad, Keith, for coming out and helping all day, my brother, Matt, Riverview Ford, TJ Medor, JFW Contracting. We've got, God, it's my first one of the year. Kingston Sessions, Big T Trucking. We've got Charters Plumbing and Heating, Norm's Diecast Collectibles, Grayscape Contracting, L&L McRitchie, Gallons Auto Salvage, Black & McDonald's, Yes Roofing, Cut Right, Chris Car Limited, Broad Harvest Flowers, Wilkins Signs for making the car look good every year, GD Fabrication, March for Life Tattoos, Podium Performance Lubricants, Napa Armucto. I'm probably forgetting a couple of them. I got to write it down somewhere. But I'd like to thank everybody who lets us do this, because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes and a lot of people that support us.
Let's hear it for the 11 car, Luke McLaughlin, everybody. Big shout out to the Ragu patch, too. I like the Ragu. They still make Ragu? Is there any chefs out there? They still make Ragu? I'm not sure. All right, and coming in, third place. There we go. Good sportsmanship. Joe along in the 27 car. Let's hear it for this guy right here. Big round of applause. You were kind of, those two guys, I kind of feel were duking it out. You were right there. How do you play that sort of thing? Wait and see what happens with them, or how did you feel the car ran today?
Car ran all right. We only had 35 laps, so you got to get going. I had a good little battle with Carl Schaefer, but anyway.
That's good. That's good. It is a nice day. Who do you want to thank for the car today?
Obviously, all my sponsors, Alex Giroir Realty, Baster Ash, Maximum Sign, Wizard Overhead Door, Maritime Muffler, Shidak Bridge Auto Repair, Shidak Rentals, Fleming Service Center, Lynx HVAC, and JML Management, Branco, and SB Powder Coating.
There we go, the 27 car, Joe LeBlanc, everybody. Give it up for him. Awesome job. All right, we've got one more feature coming up for the sportsmen. Those three cars are going to take the track. It's going to be quite the show if it's anything like the heat. And then after that, we'll get into the SLMS feature right after 150 laps. The next race is only 30 laps. There was a correction. I had 40 on the sheet. It is only a 30-lap race coming up here next for the sportsmen. Okay, so there may be an additional change to the next race. We'll figure it out. I had 40. Somebody scratched. Stephen Muzzerall scratched it out and said 30, and now I'm hearing 25. Irregardless, there'll be a race. I can guarantee you there'll be a race, and we'll just wait for Tim Elliott to wave a white flag and a checker flag of when they end. All right, fans, this final feature before the Easy-Kleen SLMS 150 lap feature, this final feature is the sportsman, and it will be 25 laps of awesomeness between the old musket, Richard Atkinson, Jacob Logan, also on the track. So it looks like it is confirmed it'll just be these two racers right here, Richard Atkinson and Jacob Logan, as Gillespie is out for the day after having an issue there with the vehicle during the heat. So 25 laps on this race here between these two cars, who made quite a show of it in the heat as well, I must say. The Old Musket taking on Jacob Logan. Logan taking the heat a little bit earlier. And we will get through this 25-lap Sportsman feature before the final showdown, the Easy-Kleen SLMS 150-lap feature, which is coming up next. Big thanks, of course, as always, to all of our sponsors and marketing partners. We would not be able to make any of this possible without you. Speedway 660 wants to give a huge shout-out to Josh Warden and Recovery Roofing for fixing the office roof. As we get ready, here we go! Our final feature, the Sportsman feature, is underway between Richard Atkinson, the Old Musket, and the 37 car, Jacob Logan. 25 laps on this race, and there's Logan already making a move high side out of turn one. And Atkinson trying to shut the door. They are neck and neck, and I have a feeling it's going to be this way for all 25 laps here in this Sportsman feature. Neither driver wanting to give up an inch. This truly is the definition of if you ain't first, you're last. This is the one.
Yeah, I was going on earlier about the Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby, Gene Gerard, whichever driver you want to refer to, either or. As long as they don't wreck and flip and whatever happened in the movie. As long as we don't have that, close enough.
Which ends with Logan and Atkinson in a foot race.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
Like
but
the end of the movie, yeah. This is literally two cars, too wide every single turn. These guys want it, and you got to love the competitive nature of two class acts like Richard Atkinson and Jacob Logan here.
Yeah, Logan trying to go back-to-back, and this actually would end up being, if this was a win for him, it'd be his third consecutive feature win within the division. He's won the last couple. He's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the last 6.
Wow.
If we're going to be statistical, or no, it'd be 4 of the last 5. I'm trying to get the numbers right, but it's somewhere within that realm. Atkinson looking for his first win since last July.
Yeah.
And you know, if Richard comes out of here with the win, you just know that victory lane celebration,
it's going to be amazing. There's few people I enjoy more handing a mic over to than Richard Atkinson. He is a showman in every sense of the word. One of my favorite people, the Old Musket. We'll sure get some words from him at the end of the race. It's just a question of who's going to get first and who's going to get second. Atkinson on the board, technically in first. Well, then there goes Jacob Logan. Just as I say that, there's Jacob Logan by a front set of tires getting the first place now. But they are neck and neck all the way through. We're 10 laps into this 25-lap Sportsman feature.
It's like, you lead this lap, I'll lead this lap. Back and forth. It's just the final lap where we're going to have to figure that one out.
It's a real ping-pong situation here.
Well, you can kind of hear underneath the 40 there, trying to go through 1 and 2. That car slamming right down on the track. Halfway through this one, you can hear the sliding out of Atkinson there on that inside line.
Yeah. Logan, of course, taking the heat after there was a bit of a dust-up there between Atkinson and B.J. Gillespie, which resulted, unfortunately, in Gillespie not being able to race in this feature with issues with the vehicle that just were not fixable before the feature was set to take place. leaving us with these two warriors right here as we are 10 laps to go, less than 10 laps to go. Atkinson getting in behind Logan, maybe trying to draft a bit to get some reserve power because he's going to make a move here. You know he is. As this race set to wind down, 7 laps to go.
Yeah, Atkinson's lost a little bit of footing there. You saw kind of the struggles he was having there on the inside line through all corners, trying to stick to the bottom of Jacob Logan. Not sure if maybe used up the tires a little bit too much, but he's still hanging on. You never know what could happen in these final couple laps.
Maybe playing possum here. We just don't know. We'll see what he's got in the last few laps as we are 20 down, 5 to go here, folks, in our final feature of the day before the Easy-Kleen SLMS 150 lap feature, which is coming up next. Now 4 laps to go with Jacob Logan in the lead over Richard Atkinson, the old musket. Regan, you must know of some drivers out there with cool nicknames. I lobby that the old musket is an awesome nickname to have. Can you think of, am I putting you on the spot, can you think of some other great race drivers with cool nicknames?
The old musket, the flying Frenchman.
That's a good one.
The shark. We used to call Kevin Moore. Kevin Moore has been known as Big Kevin Moore, but I've seen some people say the Kevin Duke, the Dukes of Moore, the Moors of Hazard.
Did I hear did Stephen Muzzerall say the Caribou Kid? Is that something? Caribou Kid, have you heard that one?
Something like that. But yeah, the white flag just waved, Dave.
There it is.
It looks like Jacob Logan is free sailing.
Just like that. Last turn coming up here for Jacob Logan and Richard Atkinson. It's Jacob Logan taking the victory here in our Sportsman feature. Your winner, the 37 car of Jacob Logan, everybody. Jacob, lots of room to race out there, but you wouldn't know it because you and the old musket were side by side. They were like snowbirds out there through every turn. Still putting on a show for the fans. How did it feel out there?
No, it was a good run. It only takes 2 cars to make a race, and we just had one there. It was a good time.
Who do you want to thank for the car today?
Oh, I got to thank the pit crew and the wife and the old man and mom and Jesse and Tina, and I guess you left. I got to thank Greentail and Creative Renovations, Southwest Surveys, On the Move Diesel Repair, Claycorn's Custom Concrete, McKay's Garage, Jared Little Electric, McCann Construction, Northeast Metal Roofing, The Lunchbox, Scott Pierce at Remax, JD Hillview Auto Repair, Briggs and Little Woolen Mills. Who else we got here? And 13 Towing, ABC Ranch. Couldn't and Target Developments. We couldn't do it without these guys.
Jacob Logan in the 37 car. Let's hear it for him, Speedway. All right, here we go. Always one of my highlights of any day where I get to talk to this man right here, Richard Atkinson, the old musket. Give it up for the 40 car! And this is one of my favorite things to do because you're one of the most entertaining, coolest people I know. I'm going to hand you the mic. Who do you want to thank for today, and how did you feel out there today?
Okay, that's a dangerous thing, giving that to me. Is it saying anything? So first of all, I like to read off my sponsor, but I'm going to say first to you guys out here in the stands, thank you very much for coming and addressing this venue. God bless you all on this cold day, all right? And I dedicate this second place, I guess, to all yous, all right? Like that there. Second, I want to say thank you to Riverview Ford, all right, for, sponsoring this facility and providing the pace truck and everything like that. And the next thing I want to say, thank you very much to my lovely wife, Heather, for letting me do this. And all the track officials here, thank you for everything, all right, for making this place safe. Thank you. God bless you all. And I'd like to also say thank you to Awesome Racewear, Charlie's Tire, NLG, Tucker Sales, Daryl's Machine Shop, Grace Signs, Hartsmith Auto Enterprise, RV World, Park City, and Jack Wilkins Sign. You check this out. Jack did this for me, all right, and I'm very thankful for him. I'm an old fart, and I may not go good, but I look good, right? But anyway, yeah. And I want to thank this gentleman here for coming in and blessing this venue as well. I hope you had. The other thing I want to say is I'm real sorry that we only had 2 cars here today. I feel bad for the 69 BJ for breaking there in the last one. And anyway, I wish we had more cars here. So listen, go build a car. Go build a car. Come on out and race. All right? All right. Thank you very much.
Richard Atkinson, the old musket. Give it up for him. There's nobody like him. I think the best shot I have of building a car would be of Lego, but I don't think that'll be in the race next week. Big thanks to Jacob Logan, Richard Atkinson for our sportsman feature. They made a real show out of it. Your big feature, the SLMS 150 lap feature coming up real soon. We'll have the SLMS team take her over. Stick around, folks. Lots of great racing action to come.
So thanks very much, Dave Lawrence, for bringing us all the local racing action here at Speedway 660. And now next up, we're about to get to the Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150, round number 2 of the 2026 Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series season. Just before we get to that, race fans, though, we ask that you please rise if you're able and remove your caps for the playing of the American and Canadian national anthems. Thank you. Now, race fans, I want to ask you, Speedway 660, are you ready? No. You can be louder than that. This is our first time in the Geary Woods in 2026. Speedway 660, are you ready? Beautiful. It is my privilege to welcome you to round number 2 for the 2026 Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series season. It's the Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150. Regan McCauley on the call for year number 2 with the series. Glad to bring you all the action here, of course. We were at Petty National Raceway, starting off with the LV Auto Parts and Repair. 152 weekends ago. It's great to be back here in Geary, New Brunswick at Speedway 660, the track where this series first began 3 years ago. A couple of notes to know before we go racing here. Due to weather concerns and other circumstances beyond our control, we have been told we are going to do rolling intros. So they're going to come out on the racetrack, but they're not going to stay. Drivers are not going to be out of their cars. We're going to stay at rolling intros and go through each car from 1st to 18th. Not ideal, but nonetheless, we will still introduce each and every one of them. On lap number 8, by the way, we might as well do this in tribute of a recent lost legend you may very well know in the NASCAR world. Obviously, last week, we lost 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Busch, passing away from a case of severe pneumonia. Probably the most impactful loss that we've had in the NASCAR world since Dale Earnhardt back in 2001. Of course, our thoughts, prayers, condolences are with the Busch family and everybody involved in his life. So, on lap number 8, whenever on the scoreboard on the back straightaway, when it says 7, that means 7 laps completed, and it's going to be lap 8. On lap 8, we're going to do a silent lap in memory of Kyle Busch, and I want all of you to do your best to hold up 8 fingers. Again, lap 8, it'll say 7 on the board. That means lap 8. I want you to hold up 8 fingers for a silent lap in memory of Rowdy. We'd like to give a special shout out and a big thank you to all the sponsors and partners that help make this happen each and every one of our 6 weekends each summer on the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. We have a phenomenal contingency program, a great revitalization compared to past years. 5-star race car bodies, EIT race radios, P1 chassis, the joy of seating, Swift springs, QA1 shocks, Long Anchor Racing products, GD Fabrication race cars and CRF chassis, Max Pappas Innovations, King Competition, Castrol Motor Oil, On the Gas Apparel, Clam Diggers Restaurant, Brightcon Construction, Racing America, and of course, the title sponsor of the series and the presenting sponsor for today's event, Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems. For all your high-quality pressure washer systems, visit them in Sussex, New Brunswick. And to introduce you to the starting lineup for the Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150 here at Speedway 660, his 3rd consecutive EIT Race Radios pulled, a lone Nova Scotian in the field for Coldstream Clear Distillery from Shubenacadie, the 26 is Braden Langell. Your reigning Easy-Kleen 150 winner starts 2nd place. It's the Snell Group Realty and the Power Store, car number 10 from Baxter's Corner, it's Devin Snell. The 03 from St. John, the Port City for A.J. Millett & Sons Painting, Halpin Excavation, and others, Steve Halpin. Prince Edward Island's Iron Man, Kent Vincent, and car number 8 from Crapo PEI starts in 4th. In 5th, in the Ahee Horn & Sons, Custom Brokers, Carmichael, Top Shelf Cabinets, and other sponsors, number 20 machine from Oak Bay, it's Greg Fay. Car number 23 making his first start with us this season for CB Warren's Auto Care, Pubs Drive-Thru Bottle Exchange, Lonnie Somerville Racing, and others from Barnesville. Last year's Recar 200 winner here at Speedway 660, it's Lonnie Somerville. His first time with the yellow Service Master Clean Moncton look here in the Geary Woods. Former Pro Stock 250 champion and our inaugural winner back in 2023, looking for his first feature win in 3 years from Harvey, New Brunswick, it's Ryan Messer. Car number 88 from Richard Buckdoe Road for Dunham's Contracting and Richie's Carpet Warehouse, Kevin Moore. Your reigning series champion, the 01 at Tan Woolridge. For Chris Fournier Remax, Livingston Steel, Rainers Automotive, King Competition, others. The 43 is Hudson Weston at St. Martin's for Bayview Trucks and Equipment. Chris Hughes in the 32 for East Coast International at Stratford. Inaugural Series champion Dylan Gosby in the number 16 Nav Canada machine for KLR Motorsports at a Cornwall PEI. Cal Hatfield in car number 11 from Quist Pampsis for Hatfield Auto Body and Glass. Also the 81 of Ian Rasmussen in there for New Denmark Auto, Hope City, Hanscom's Auto Body. The 54 is Clark Moore. It's the Shark from St. John for AJW Mechanical and Kelson Industrial Group. And we'll get to the rest of the cars in a moment here. This time, my race fans, we want you up on your feet. Grab your hats, jackets, your next-door neighbor, whatever works. Get up on your feet. Wave these drivers off. Come on, get up on your feet and wave them off. They will wave back at you, and they will wave back at you for coming and supporting them. As they go, green flag racing here for 150 laps, presented by Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems. Rest of the lineup, by the way, Marcel on the number 30 at a Bouctouche for East Coast Auto Salvage. 97, Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems machine. Chris Duncan at a Hampton, rounding out the field. The number 15 of Ed Bolby from Cars for A&A Towing and Devon's Auto Repair. 1 to green this time by its 18 of Atlantic Canada's best set to do battle here in the Geary Woods for the first time in 2026. Round number 2 on the year. EIT Race Radio's pole sitter Braden Langell 26. Reigning Easy-Kleen 150 winner Devon Sell on the front row. They will come to the green flag for 150 laps presented by Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems. Let's get rowdy in the Geary Woods green flag. Side by side coming out of turn number 4, leading lap number 1 at the line. Devon Snell by 0.04 of a second there at the line. Still door-to-door through 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway. Langell's going to need to lead another lap as Snell got sideways. There, and spinner Ed Bolby. Caution, Clam Diggers caution on the Speedway. So Clam Diggers Restaurant out of Cardigan, Prince Edward Island, presenting all of our caution periods in each and every one of our events in 2026. And that's going to give us an early situation here to apply the on-the-gas restart zone. Again, thanks to On The Gas Apparel for coming on board as our new merchandise apparel provider of the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series, operated by Dave Oblinus and his partner Tammy Alain. Located just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick, they got a full line of On The Gas branded apparel, completely customizable line. And you can get your Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series apparel from them as well. So the first Clam Diggers caution on the day, as it looks like Ed Bolby is going to get it back going. It's his first start of the year with us and in any capacity. So 2 of 150 laps completed here at Speedway 660. Again, the reminder, when we get to 7 laps completed, when it says the 7 on the scoreboard on the back straightaway, that means lap 8. Hold up 8 fingers, silent lap in memory of the legend, Kyle Busch. And so Bolby's going to head back to the pits. Devon Snell, your race leader.
Lineup is good.
Race control says lineup is good, so we'll have the cars double up, get double file for this upcoming restart. It took until just past halfway through the LV Auto Parts and Repair 150 2 weeks ago at Pettier National Raceway for us to get our first natural caution. So hopefully this isn't a continuing pattern today. but some phenomenal, clean, respectful racing we saw out of these drivers back at Petty Raceway. It just goes to show why and how this series has been so successful ever since being inaugurated back in 2023. You know, across 6 races contested here in the Geary Woods, since 2023, we've had 5 different winners. Ashton Tucker, Corey Hall, Lonnie Somerville, Devin Snell, Ryan Messer. So we have 3 of those drivers here in this field who are going to try to get back into Riverview 4 Lincoln Victory Lane. Which, by the way, for all these restarts, we have the choose rule. You see the triangle on the back straightaway. Race control will say choose your lane on the restart, so you can either go to the inside or go to the outside. That can play a big factor in these restarts here. Whether you want to be bold and maybe choose a lane that might benefit you in the long run, or maybe it's a lane that you're better in. And so there was the 1 to green from flagman Tim Elliott. We're going to go back green flag racing with 2 of 150 laps completed. It'll be Devin Snell, your control car, beside Braden Langell into the on-the-gas restart zone. Early clam diggers caution. And now, back to the green flag. And our leaders choosing to do late launches there at the very end of that on-the-gas restart zone, but we're back green flag racing, and it's all Devin Snell up front, leading the charge of 16 of Atlantic Canada's best. Snell and Langell, top 2, single file. Steve Halpin looking to clear the way. Car number 03 in position, number 3. He'll get in there behind Langell. Fay in behind Somerville's up to 5th. It's Woolridge up against Vincent. We saw a similar instance earlier during the heat race competition. Oh, we had Rasmussen towards the back of the field. Got his left side tires a little happy there into the dirt there underneath the curbs. Through 3 and 4. Top 5 single file now. Make it 6, maybe 7. No, it's 6 right now as Woolridge just gotten ahead of Vincent. Ryan Messer to the outside of car number 8. The battle for 7th. There was the silent lap in memory of Kyle Rowdy Busch. And we will forever miss a legend in the NASCAR and stock car racing world, also a short track racing superstar as well. Back here on the racetrack at Speedway 660. Langell has closed back in on Devin Snell as they're coming at 10. Laps completed. Top 4. Starting to kind of pull away a little bit here. Lonnie Somerville, Ryan Messer, and Tanda Woolridge, you could throw a blanket over them as they're all fighting for that final top 5 position. Langell's peeking to that left rear of the Snell Group Realty and Power Store number 10. But Devin Snell continuing to hang on. He's looking to repeat the magic that he experienced and made happen in last year's Easy-Kleen 150 in the late going, getting past Greg Fay and running away from the rest of the field for his first big super late model win. And Braden Langell, he's won 3 EIT Race Radio polls. EIT Race Radio's polls in a row. There was a bit of contact right there between the 2 of them. Langell letting Snell know he's there. They're perfectly door-to-door down the back, and Langell going to have a much better run in a launch to first place. New race leader, Braden Langell. It's Langell, Snell, Halpin, Fay, Messer, 5th. Woolridge versus Somerville in behind them for 6th. Woolridge will get away now. Gosby underneath the number 23. Gosby coming off a heck of a hard charger run 2 weeks ago. Went from 18th, the very back of the field, shotgun on the grid, all the way up to 3rd. For his, oh, Ken Vincent's around off of 2, caution. Looked like it was contact with Kevin Moore. A bunch of 8s getting together. And so Clam Diggers caution again. Now it's 17 of 150 laps completed. Oh, we got a tap. You just saw it there at the flag stand. Kevin Moore in car number 88. He just went off the tap rule. For every incident that we have during each Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series event, if a couple cars get together, if a driver feels they were responsible for an accident, they can go to the flag stand and signal to the flagman and to race control. They can put the arm out the window net and tap the roof of their hot rod. And that means only they will go to the back of the field. Otherwise, if nobody does the tap rule, both cars involved in the incident will go to the back. So that would have meant Vincent and Moore both would have gone to the tail end of the field. But because of that tap from Kevin Moore, Ken Vincent is going to relinquish his position.
I believe the 11 car is in the pits, but yes,
So a good respectful, sportsmanlike call there out of Kevin Moore. And, you know, he was having a pretty solid run here to start off at the bottom of the top 10 before that occurred. I mean, that's basically what we had last year. He was in the running just outside the top 5 during our previous Easy-Kleen Pressure Systems 150. And then he went sailing off into the woods down the back straightaway, as we all know. So I'd say this time around, for having to go to the back of the field, that's better than launching off the backstretch embankment and being done entirely. And so all cars just did the choose cone procedure. And so Langell inside, Snell outside, Halpin inside row 2 to his high side, Greg Fay, and then Woolridge and Messer. Based on practices earlier, you kind of have your 3 fastest cars together there outside the top 5 in Gosby, Woolridge, and Messer. Gosby and Woolridge both tied with the same best fast lap during second practice. So we'll see what they can do here. Still early on in this one, as the whole pack will come to the on-the-gas restart zone. 17 of 150 laps completed, and we're back racing. Snell with a great run there on that outside line. That's going to pull him ahead of the 26 at the line. Again, a lot of these drivers can make that inside groove work here at Speedway 660, but it can also be a struggle, especially through 3 and 4, when you're sliding up against those bumps right along those curbs, which can really mess around with a race car. You know, with earlier weather conditions as well, it was cold, dry, and we did have precipitation coming down earlier today, so certainly track conditions have been changed. Oh, Vincent's around again. Clam Diggers caution, turn 4. It has been an eventful one for Kent Vincent so far. Now in 19 laps completed. A whale of a difference we're seeing here at 660 compared to Bandit Raceway a couple weekends back, where we only had 1 caution just past the halfway point. And now we already have 3 of them within 19 laps, as Vincent's going to head off to the pits, and that is really unfortunate for the driver to crap out PEI. He started on the front row back with us at Petty Raceway 2 weeks ago alongside Braden Langell. But that car went up in smoke and completely lost power steering.
10:26:03:20.
He was just over 50 laps into the LV Auto Parts and Repair 150 when that happened a couple of weekends ago.
16:23:32.
Again, Vincent knows how to get the job done, especially in qualifying races. He tends to start up front a lot of the time, but when it comes to the features, the luck is just up and down. He can be a consistent top 10 driver, but still looking for that first top 5 in about 2 years. And obviously it's been great to have a driver like him back in the field. I mean, he's got the most all-time career starts on the Maritime Pro Stock Tour. He's nearing 60 years old. Certainly an Ironman, a former IWK 250 champion, multi-time Oyster Bed Speedway champion, his home track. Again, the luck just hasn't been there for that number 8 car. Hopefully we'll be able to see him come back out and keep going on the lead lap. So it appears we do have our first DNF on the day. The 15 of Ed Bolby has called it quits. Not how he wanted to make his first start here in 2026. So right now that'll leave us with 17 cars. Or, well, 16 on the racetrack. Vincent's still back in the pits. So this time by, drivers will do the choose procedure on the back straightaway. Again, right now it's Devin Snell, Braden Langell, Steve Halpin, Greg Fay, and Tanton Woolridge, your top 5. Snell low, Langell high, Halpin, Fay, Woolridge, Gosby, Somerville, and Hughes both choosing inside. That might allow a couple of cars on the high side to actually be able to get back up through the field here. So this could be interesting here for this restart. Presented by On the Gas Apparel. One to green, signal by flagman Tim Elliott. So pace truck lights are off. And the truck will head back to the infield. The On the Gas restart zone awaits. 17 drivers with Ken Vincent back on the racetrack. Devin Snell is your control car alongside Braden Langell into the On the Gas restart zone and back to the green flag. Langell will jump ahead by just under a car length there down the back straightaway. Snell getting back right there at the line. 1,000th of a second at the line. The 26 barely led that lap. Now Snell's going to try to have the advantage down the back straightaway and through 3 and 4. Everybody racing close together here. These short runs have seen some phenomenal racing here at Speedway 660. Snell in front of Langell, and then it's Steve Halpin and Greg Fay, a pair of veterans familiar to many here at Speedway 660. How many times have we seen those two battle it out, whether it's in local or regional touring competition? And you know Fay's going to be one to finally break through for whether it might be that first podium or maybe that first big win here on the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series. He's led many laps here at Speedway 660 and has been in the running for the win on countless occasions. But it just seems like that car in the late runs just doesn't have it. It might be a bit too much on the tires compared to everybody else being conservative. It is wild that we still haven't seen that 20 car get on the podium, but you know that, he keeps making steps every single year, every single race. At some point, inevitably, it is going to happen. It's been just over a decade since he's been to Victory Lane on the Maritime Pro Stock Tour. And what a milestone it would be here if he could finally get on the podium, maybe just maybe pull off the win. And it would be a first two for him and his partnership with AEH Motorsports. And so now 28 of 150 laps completed. Langel's still close in behind Snell. The top six have pulled away from the rest of the package. Snell, Langell, Fay, Woolridge, Halpin, and Gosby. Chris Hughes and Lonnie Somerville are going at it for the 7th position, as Langell's given Snell back the look there underneath, up ahead. And Langell trying to find a bounce back as well after what occurred 2 weekends ago at Petty Raceway. He started on the EIT Race Radio's pole in the LV Auto Parts and Repair 150. But then ran into engine issues with just over 50 laps remaining, and that ended his hopes of another podium at Petty Raceway. And this is just his, as he's taken the race lead as a matter of fact, this is just his second time in a super late model here at Speedway 660. He made his first start in one of these cars last year in the Pro Stock 250, came home with a top 10 finish. Not too shabby, but again, for only a second start here in that car at this racetrack, he made it clear earlier when I talked to him, he wants to win. Every single weekend he wants to win, and this would be huge for him in the championship standings as well. It's just race one. As Langell is shot away from what is now becoming a 3-car battle for the runner-up position. Greg Fay is looking underneath the 10 of Devin Snell for that runner-up position. Tanton Woolridge in the Catbird C, ready to pounce. If anything happens with those two, Halpin and Gosby are staying close behind, now at 37 of 150 laps completed. There must be a magnet between these two veterans and Lonnie Somerville and Chris Hughes. They have not been... Oh, Hugh, as I say that, there's the commentator's jinx. Oh, and Duncan's turn up into the beach in turn 3. Yellow. Clam Digger's caution. Again, a bit of a commentator's jinx there. The magnet completely dissipated out of turn 2. Hughes, with a big wiggle, he kept his car saved. And then there might have been a bit of a panic there as LeBlanc was trying to get to that. He went along that right rear quarter panel of the 32, and then Duncan was there, and then contact was made. And no, it's not a flip this time, but for a second consecutive year in an Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series event at Speedway 660, Chris Duncan is in the beach. And yeah, that car is certainly angled and dug in pretty badly. It's not a flip. It's not a rollover. Thank goodness. But that guy just can't catch a break as Steve Halpin goes off to the pits. So yeah, that car, that 97 car is off the ground again. The gap underneath the middle of the car, to say the least.
So 30 car did tap.
And we have gotten word from race control that we got a tap from the 30 of Marcel LeBlanc, taking responsibility of that incident.